We're good?
We're good.
Okay. Just around here for some people to do the, especially the guests, the clapper. So go on, you want to clap for us?
Yeah,
go a little bit towards that camera. Go stand up.
Oh, get fucked.
No, you got to stand up. You got to stand up. You got to go close to that camera as you can. There's the you on the monitor. You see the monitor? Yeah, go down. All right, now go.
Perfect.
Hey!
Oh, beautiful.
There you go. Here you go.
Yeah, baby.
That's me, the special
You did
guest.
So can I just say, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't think I would see the day. We are joined by my two best friends, Mitchell.
What is this, a crossover episode?
He did it. He said it.
Oh, baby.
I can't say your last name due to your request. So Mitchell and Dan, who's fiddling with the buttons right now. These are my two best friends. Mitchell's where's Wally right now, at least on our monitor, because on our monitor it shows red, which means you're in focus.
Where's Wally?
But on the camera that we're on,
it's
you will not
black
be able
and
to tell
white,
that, because you're literally like you escaped prison.
Look, I didn't want to say anything, but
supporting your favourite band, like Cordial. I like Cordial Australian.
Yeah, man.
Are they from WA?
No, Adelaide.
Well, like
I hope it's Adelaide.
Hoods.
Fuck, I hope it's Adelaide. But
Yeah,
I think
now
so.
you're gonna get.
No, I think it is.
Like the Hoods.
Yeah, I think so.
So why on the Hoods doing the Jordan concert with?
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 46 of the 4 Alive podcast.
Wow, what was that?
I didn't mean to interrupt you too.
No, you 110%.
did,
Cut to my camera, you twat. You 110% interrupted.
I just wanted to say welcome to episode 46.
You started too late because you.
I'm sorry,
What were you doing in there? What were you
I
doing
was
there?
busy. I was trying to make sure the cameras were all good. What I wanted to say, we've got a wonderful friend on here, Mitch. I know you gave the intro. Mitchell is a good friend of Conor and I's. We've known him for years.
He's my best
years.
friend. But
Conor and I were both in high school with Mitchell. Conor's known Mitchell for a long time. Mitchell and I used to play footy together. Conor and Mitch have been very good friends for a long time, and
best buddies, yo.
Year 4.
In the recent years, we've become
we said yesterday.
Wonderful friends.
Yeah,
he literally said yesterday. By the way, I'm filling up my old whiskey right now.
That's fine. I'm nearly on to another beer, so.
You better be.
No, dear.
He said yesterday we met in year 4. I was like, hang on a minute. We met in year 3, but
Friends since year 4, though.
yeah, but what was it? Were we in the class in year 4 or was it year 5?
Year 5, we're in the class, but we started getting to know each other at a few sports carnivals, didn't we?
Yeah, and then
I guess we neither of us wanted to swim.
yeah, and then we became really good friends when we became house captains in year 6.
That was a laugh.
Wait, were you both house captains?
Yeah,
man.
I was
wow.
Hollows. He was. That's how we met.
So you were dark blue, you were light blue. That's all I'll say.
He was red.
I don't want to. Oh, red. Oh, red.
Who was Signori?
I
don't want to say names.
I don't see colour. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but we that's the thing. We didn't see colour in our fractions, but we were at the 6. Remember?
I was South Africans, eh?
Do you remember when I choked on my chicken that time in?
No, I tell you what I remember.
Do you remember that?
No, I tell
when I choked on my chicken and
best memory, right?
Listen, yeah,
was
guys.
when
Here
your
we go.
sister used to pick us up from school.
Oh, don't bring this. Are you mad?
And you sat on a bit of chewing gum.
Seriously,
Man, I had that photo for like 10 years,
bro. This is the worst story Mitch has about me, and he always brings it up. How I sat on chewing gum, which is by the way, it happens to the best of us.
But you have a photo of his ass?
You stood up and it was strung from your ass.
So our mum used to pick me, Alicia, and Mitchell up from school. And we used to sit in the same. We used to sit in the same steps. And that one time I sat down wearing my school shorts, I stood up to a string of gum, literally. And then Mitchell, to this day,
your sister lost it as well. To be fair.
And then you're the only one who took photos.
Oh fuck yeah.
Literally, we got so many embarrassing things. Me choking on the. Do you remember me choking on the chicken though?
Yeah.
So when I was in Hollows, we were doing we had to do like once a week. We had to do like a weekly meeting at lunch for the house captains.
Yep.
And we ate our lunch. And my mum made me chicken breast, cut it up, and one was a bit too big, obviously.
It's not the first time he said that.
Oh my god!
And I literally started.
Sorry, is that like?
It got caught on my throat. And do you remember Mrs. Brown? You hit me on the fucking back heaps to get it going, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. And that's when we met, but we weren't really friends until year 7, and even then you had
someone needs to look after this poor bastard.
you had in year 7, so we didn't really hang out much, and then it was year 8 we really
except for
started
every
hanging out.
day when we sat next to each other, but that's fine.
Yeah, but then we used to hang out with each other in the classroom every single day, so we didn't hang out with each other at lunch because I was hanging with. Remember
weird
that?
Group, Weird group.
What, 2 people?
Yeah. Well,
you're gonna say on air they're weird.
No, I was gonna say you're basically.
Well, can I just
wait?
wait? Sorry.
Disgruntleds back then, so
Hang on, before you say that, what, Dan?
I don't mean to interrupt you two, but
Yeah.
are we saying full names? Because you've said three.
Yeah, but we always do.
No,
but I feel like they love it.
That's pretty cool.
I feel like they love it. No, we always say full names.
I don't think they'd like me saying, yes, I thought they were weird, gun.
What, me? No, but
We can say full name.
the more I say it, the more poor Dan has to edit out in the morning.
Correct, so don't say it then.
That's why I'm asking.
Okay, so you knew the two guys I hung out with.
Yeah.
And you were hanging out with Tom at the time, and I remember you said, Connor, you're not really enjoying your group, and Tom's about to leave to...
That was true.
Queensland?
Yeah, no, Victoria, still there. Happy birthday, Tom.
Happy birthday, Tom, and Austin, yesterday, obviously.
Oh, it was yesterday, yeah, shit.
And you said in year 8, let's hang out together, and then boom, I left that group, and I joined...
It's a good call, realistically.
But what was that weird transition between 8 and 9 where you started hanging out with, like... We're sure we can say Hannah and Ryan.
Yeah, that was not weird. I was doing
No, but I just don't want you to... Yeah, but you hang out with like Hannah and Ryan. I went to Aiden and Declan and eventually Dan, who joined the show. And you guys never hung out in high school, or did you, as I always joke about? You never hung out, did you?
Not in school.
Oh!
Some of us had what we call social lives.
I have a social life. I just didn't play fucking the worst sport ever, which is football. By the way, this new mic hanging down with this big dong is not great.
Love big
so
dongs, to be fair.
You can push it. Wait, push it
Yeah,
through.
I'm gonna.
You know, it's.
there we go.
No, that's definitely not. That's not what I mean at all.
Cool. But you met outside of school, so go on. You tell that story.
Yeah, we played footy with each other for a couple of years.
That's my
Yes,
camera.
Mitchell and I have been. So obviously Connor has explained his acquaintance to Mitchell. They knew each other. We all went to the same school since
we were
year
the same
7
shoot
for like
for
for a long time. And Mitch and I both played Australian football together. AFL, Aussie
AFL.
rules football.
Yeah, only football.
Oh yes, yeah. It's a great
was
game.
that
It is a great game. But we knew each other there. We had a lot of training sessions together and not rehearsals. What the fuck do you call it?
We did used to pick each
Training?
other.
Yeah, training, games.
That blows my mind, and I still question that today. You have how many people did you know from school in that group?
I played with the whole team since I was
And
like
you
6
picked.
years
No
old.
offense, you didn't know Daniel at the time. You didn't know him at all. You picked Dan.
I'd be what the people call a leader. So you take the young ones under your wing.
Oh wait, Dan. How's your response to being the younger man in the group?
What wasn't, not even age-wise, just, you know what I meant.
You're on call now, Mitch.
Mate, I'd played footy since I was 4. He'd never played in his life.
You broke your foot
That's
hitting
what I
a
meant.
pole once.
As much as I would love to take
You
offense,
did though.
I would love to be
break
that
my
guy
foot.
who's like,
Yeah,
how
you broke your
dare
foot.
you?
Mitchell was in year something like
Never
2
broke
or
my foot.
3, and you got angry with someone and you kicked a pole and broke your foot.
No.
Yeah, what's the story then?
In year 3 when I fell over a rock chasing someone,
I remember you got really angry. You hit that pole with your foot.
I've never kicked a pole and broken my foot, bro.
Are you mad? So that story's a load of shit your whole life.
I didn't tell you any story about breaking my foot because I've never broken my foot.
Your actual foot. You told me. This is not me right now being
I've
a
never
twat.
broken my foot in my life.
You told me
I'll
you
show
got,
you all X-rays.
when you're a kid, you got angry once about losing a game or something, and then you went
Yeah, and
you
I
hit
chased a kid and fell over and landed on a rock and my knee cut open.
Nah, you
Yeah.
100% said I kicked a pole when I was like in year 4 and broke my
only thing I've ever done is
foot.
punched a pole a couple of years ago and broke my hand.
You did do that. Do you want to get into that?
No, I didn't punch a pole. I punched a wall.
So do you want to get into that?
If you want, it's up to you. I don't mind.
Well,
no, sorry.
okay, if
Alright,
we
that
want
was
to,
mean, sorry.
what I want to get into,
But we
by
should
the
get into
way,
the fact that Mitchell has struggled a bit, and we all have.
hey, we've all been there. We're all people.
what I want to get into right now, I'm going to
happen, I
divert
swear,
the show.
Never punched. Never kicked a pole.
Wow, that's really weird.
I would like to
100%
tell
has.
you, Mitchell and Connor, something that happened to me recently. I know I've told you, Connor, most of the story, and Mitchell, I've told you a little bit, but I want to just tell
sure
you the
have,
full
Dan.
exact context of this story because it's something that happened to me recently that I feel a little bit traumatized by, frankly.
Seeing him in the mirror, fuck, it's pretty scary.
Is that why you're acting like you are tonight?
Well, okay, so I've talked about on this
That
show.
speaks more action.
I've spoken about on this show my neighbors and how they have been a little bit unideal.
fun and games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been so they've been a hassle in the past. I won't say I hate them or anything. Everyone goes, everyone has shit they got to deal with. I'm not here to judge anyone. However, my neighbors have been really shitty lately. And what I mean by that is,
just climbing out, just being like, yeah, fuck you, fam. I'm gonna still cause a problem.
what do you got? What?
I said it's just him next door.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's
You can't
Connor.
expect us not to make commentary for this shit
You're not
because you already heard the story. So
Well, you've heard most of it. Mitch hasn't heard all of it necessarily. So there's still going to be some that's new to you. So my neighbor, since we've been here, I've talked about, our garden down the front, how, they used our hose, our garden hose to water their plants, etc. There's been situations. My neighbor, she sits out the front or my neighbor's daughter sits out the front in the fucking car, simping, listening to music. It is wild. So what happened just last night, actually, from tonight filming, basically me and my girlfriend and a couple of friends were having a bit of a...
We weren't invited, by the way.
All right. Yeah, let me take you back
to last night.
I would like to take you back to last night, where me and my friends were having a group chat on Discord. We were having like a group video call Discord, okay? And what happened was we were sitting there talking on the thing, and we looked out. So, Mitch, I'm not sure if you've heard this. So you want to pay attention.
I'm listening. I promise.
We were sitting in our living room, which you were just in, by the way, just over there. Sitting in our living room, and if you recall earlier tonight, I asked you to look out to the balcony because what happened was last night we were sitting on our couch, and I noticed something blowing on the balcony. What is wrong with you boys?
Nothing. He just looked at me, so I was laughing. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Disgusting.
Sorry, continue.
Was it your dignity?
Sabotaging the show.
Was it the dignity of you fucking flying around?
Yeah.
So, what happened was we went out. This lady was sitting, our neighbor was sitting on the roof just outside our balcony.
Yeah.
So, and you may have gotten a good look. And again, I don't want to put too much detail in terms of geographically, but my neighbor has a
mental problems.
No one can say that. There is no. We would not.
Come on.
We cannot confirm that as a fact. What are you trying to do?
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
There you go. You got it.
Sorry, go on.
Connor's been trying to show Mitch all the buttons. He didn't quite have enough time. No, so anyway, so I went out. My neighbor was sitting on the roof just outside our balcony. So basically sitting in our fucking balcony area. It really fucked us up. Also, really by the way, I showed Connor the photos. I won't show you the photos, Mitch, because it's too much hassle right now. But
what I'm worth.
Basically, a few days ago, Kath went outside to our balcony and took a photo of some of the plants that she has on the balcony. Basically, she went there today and like 2 pot plants were fucking missing.
Stop laughing, God, fuck.
Yep.
Sorry, Jan. I'm
He's
like,
saying, you see how much I'm worth. You fucking ruined that.
I ruined it, you reckon? Sorry. I'm so sorry. Continue.
So,
I do apologize. That's
what happened was, Kath and I noticed that 2 pot plants from our outside pot plant area were missing, obviously stolen by our neighbors, and basically what I'm trying to tell you, neighbor.
Bro, block that out. He said her name is suburb.
Are you not allowed to say that?
No.
No one specified that.
That's alright, we can cut it out.
I'll bleep it. Don't worry.
We write whenever we say they're not. No, we can't say
I didn't know that.
Don't stress.
Sorry.
We're just going to bleep
I wouldn't know because that was a good part of the story and I just ruined it.
No, it is. No, don't stress. I don't have to edit it. Dan does.
Sorry, Dan.
So, we were... I'll just carry on. Basically, my neighbor has been sitting on our balcony, on our fucking roof. She's been stealing our pot plants. She's been... she has been looking at us from our roof saying...
That's bizarre, man.
Holy shit.
No, she said it today. She was like...
That's exactly what she's been saying. She's been sitting... No, actually, and by the way, last night we were there. We were having our fucking night. We were chatting. I talked to her. I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Oh, I just heard you guys were having a party." And I'm like,
it's not really a party,
that means you were eavesdropping on our night. Like, she was sitting...
Have you said she was on the thing?
Sorry?
I'm joking. Yeah, so like...
What?
I'm kidding. So like, it was pretty...
She was on the roof. It was
we
fucked.
saw her today.
So tonight when we went out on the balcony, the 3 of us went out on the balcony.
She said lingerie.
Yeah, you would.
She was like...
Oh, please.
No, actually, Connor... I will say Connor was a bit of a twat. He said...
Oh, like I care.
Hey, lady, do you want a cigar? Because we were all smoking cigars. And she said, "Do you want to do my laundry?"
And I was like...
And Connor said, "Did you say lingerie?" "Yes, I haven't had sex in months."
Accurate.
Wow. No, I didn't say that. I was like, listen, I said, you want a cigar? And she
implied
said, no. Do you want to do laundry? I was like, did you say laundry? And she walked inside.
Yeah, she actually
said,
did. No,
"Yes,
that's
I
the thing.
will."
She walked straight inside. I don't know if that's.
Did I?
I
That's
don't know if
like-
we're on
oh,
good
definitely
terms.
said, "Yes, I
Perhaps
will."
we are on bad terms.
Now, what if she mistakes me for you now, Dan, in the morning? She'd be like, this man said this to me.
lucky me.
It is what it is.
I'm
It is.
about.
Honestly, I got to cop it,
I gave
sure.
you a compliment, but you know.
My neighbour's gonna fucking cancel me.
Look,
I tell you
she
what.
didn't hang around for long, which speaks louder than words, Dan. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
she
saw
clearly,
you and went, fuck, sorry, I'm out of here.
yeah, she heard the offer of the lingerie and she was like, nah.
Nah, see you later, fam.
No, we've seen the boyfriend next door once when we were.
I've chatted to most.
particular things
I've
out
chatted
there.
to most of the people who live next door, and you know what? It's just
Not
shit.
worth it.
It's just I
But
want to
do you
move.
remember
I
that
do
guy?
want to
Do you
move.
remember that guy who I said was wearing the Crystal? I thought of you because I was like, he's wearing Crystal Palace.
Hey,
And he
up
wasn't.
the
He was
Eagles.
wearing like Man City or something.
Oh.
And
How do you confuse that?
yeah, I don't really watch football UK.
Quite clearly, well,
so-
it's soccer, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, well, soccer, And remember, he was sitting over the corner. He was like, "All right, lads," and we're like, "Hey, man, how you going?" He's like, "What you want tonight?" And we're like, "Yeah, not much."
Just beer.
Yeah,
Won't say
just
what
carrying
we were
on.
doing, but clearly nothing. But
Just beer.
he was like, I was like, "Mate, you go for Man City." He was like, "I dare you." I go for Real Madrid. I don't know what he was going for, but he was not Man City.
Real Madrid,
What's your city again?
Crystal Palace.
Crystal
man.
Palace. Yeah, that's the one. I said.
Manchester
South London.
United. Yeah,
Which is weird because you're
Putney.
like South African, so.
Putney represent.
Can you explain that? Can you explain why you go for Crystal Palace?
I can actually.
That's a
yeah.
good, that's a good clip, Dan. Why'd you
no,
go for Crystal Palace?
so
Mitchell
Look, I was-
explains his love. For,
I love Mitchell's camera is not even center. It's just me in it. Like
oh, it's fine.
he's talking the whole time. Go on.
So I was never a massive fan of soccer, but like I loved all sports. So when people used to chat about like English soccer at school, I always was like, "Oh, I need a team so I can talk
point,
about
yeah.
them." So and like I'm an Aussie, we all love underdogs. And one of the first ever like English soccer games I watched, I think it was like the FA Cup or something, like a quarter final or something, and it was Crystal Palace playing Man United. And obviously I've heard of Man United; it was your team growing up, of all people.
Yep.
But
true.
yeah, so I heard of that
Yeah,
massive
Dan,
club. Everyone's sports fan. I was like, well, I'm not going to go for them. I'll go for the underdog.
Like that. Yeah.
And Crystal Palace won, I think 2-0 or 2-1 or something, and went through the semis. And I was just remember going a quarter final and they're beating Man U. That's my team. Thank you very much.
So you always pick the underdog.
Yeah, pretty much.
that why you
I
pick
do
Freo?
support Freo.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, is that why you pick Freo?
Not really. I didn't really have a choice for that. When I arrived.
So do you watch for your sake? I'll say
off that
soccer.
time,
Do you watch soccer?
Yeah, I watch my team. I don't tend to watch too many games if my team's not involved. But
Nothing's on right now.
no, that
How
is
do you feel
correct.
about that as a sport man?
Man, as a sport man, I've been struggling. Like I reckon sport to a lot of people is like it's more than just a game.
Yep. We'll
Like-
never see it as that, but I understand.
No,
your
fair
understanding.
enough. Like,
yeah.
without,
Well, I would
like-
argue that we look at things like movies.
Yeah, the exact same.
and
Yeah,
the cinema
yeah.
As like our
Yeah,
sports
yeah,
games.
yeah,
really
we,
good point,
we
yeah.
go to watch the sports game every weekend or every second week.
Yeah.
You know, that's our movie.
That's like, yeah, literally.
It's how
But
often
it's
we
hard
go
to
the
explain
cinema.
how you feel about it, but it's the exact same thing, just a different.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like, yeah, look.
Well,
I
that
reckon-
obviously brings us to.
Go fuck. What's the sell?
No. I'm not trying to change. No, I'm not. I'm not changing the
Damn.
topic. I'm not trying
Rough.
to change the topic.
Rough.
I'm just
tough.
saying that obviously is about
after
the
that.
coronavirus, the COVID-19.
Way.
What I'm just saying is that
We don't
that has
mention that word
affected
in
so
this
many
show.
different parts of the world,
Yeah.
and I want to get into that a little bit more with you, but in a different context. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Obviously, carry on what you were fucking saying. There are no sports games on. What do you think? They cancelled the AFL. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, at this point, it's not cancelled, but
I thought the whole season was cancelled.
no, so it's
It's
not
postponed.
No, so what it is?
Ah.
So they've
Literally cancelled.
I'll just
Sorry, go on.
they've said they're prepared. Like obviously, the season normally ends like first or last
Yeah.
weekend of September. So they've sort of said like we're prepared to go to the end of December. They even
I
considered
see.
playing like the grand
So
final.
they're
on New
saying
Year's.
we'll
Really?
delay it.
Yeah. But so what they were saying is they were like they reckon whenever all this is over. I mean, they've
Does the
said-
weather changing impact that at all?
Yeah, it would do, but I mean, like they've said, like there's going to be 17 games this season. They reckon so far, at least, because
Yeah.
normally it's 23.
Yep.
But they've said no, there's 17, so you play every team once, which is I reckon is fair. That's what it should be.
Yeah,
Anyway.
fair enough. Yeah.
Rather than having like the bad teams play good teams twice and vice versa. But so I've said that, and they reckon they can do that in the space of like a month and a half. So they
Right.
reckon their teams will play
Right.
like 3 games a week.
I see. So they'll start
Like
later.
yeah, real full on sort of thing. But I don't know.
Well,
so
you
I
know,
reckon-
the way things are though, people probably want to, give people the entertainment when they want
Well,
it.
that's
You
it,
know what I
but I
mean?
mean,
Like,
The biggest thing
They want to get the money from the advertising, and they also want people to buy in.
What the biggest issue at the moment is like it's an Australian icon. Let's be honest, it's like it's our
sport in all countries.
But that's our sporting code
for sure.
If there's no games played this season, there's only 4 teams that will survive based on earnings. There's only 4. Yeah, West Coast.
I've heard about this.
Yeah, West Coast, Collingwood, Richmond, and Hawthorn.
Not even Freo.
No, and Hawthorn. They're the only teams that they're the only team that have enough funds that they will survive, be able to pay players, staff, and everything without.
That's funny because my dad is a big fan of the British Premier League, and he follows English football very, very closely. He's a big Manchester City fan, but obviously they've had to suspend their season and everything. And he was actually telling me the other day, he was like, it's so ridiculous that all these big teams in UK Premier League, which is, obviously, no offense to AFL, but there's a lot more money in the Premier League.
Absolutely.
My dad was saying a lot of those teams are having to sell their best players. Because those British players, they go for fucking millions.
Yeah,
do
they have any say in it?
The players themselves.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, where they go, they do to a degree.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, they can say no. They don't have to say yes. Yeah, they don't have to say yes.
Look, I'm going to sell you.
Yeah.
To be fair, you say that. The NBA's like that, the basketball. They go, look, we're sending you here. You don't really have a choice to say.
But the reason, that's the thing, is that the reason so many of these Premier League clubs are having to sell their players is because they can't afford to carry on.
Yeah.
They're losing money.
Surely the government covers some of this.
Well, that's what you.
Even for AFL.
Look, you'd hope, like even for AFL's sake, it's our national code, and if nothing happens, no games, and we lose 14.
I heard something about them going up to the Northern Territory to play. some games.
The NRL's looking at doing a similar thing in Queensland.
Because I think because the Northern Territory is so scarcely hit.
Yeah, the NRL, they've sort of said we're going to go some really remote country, book out the entire town, no one else will be there.
And it'd be cheap as fuck.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be cheap, but
you get what I mean, cheaper than.
But I read something today.
It would just. It's not even that. No, it's not even that it would be cheap. It's just that they would be able to do it because they can't even do it in WA because of the restrictions. They
can broadcast the whole thing. Right, I see.
But I mean, I read a stat today. Look, I don't know how true it is. But it was on Facebook or something. It was from a relatively trustworthy sort of source, and it was worldwide, the whole sporting industry is going to lose. It sounds like a ridiculous figure, but it's going to be 61 billion, 600 million.
That wouldn't surprise me.
And that to you, us for cinema, it must be heartbreaking.
Oh man, it's
that's like us for cinema.
That's what I mean. I reckon footy, even in this country alone, is it's more than just a sport. To half people, I reckon it's a religion. It's you get off work on a weekend. It's Friday night footy, perfect. Or Saturday night, you got 3 games. Man, perfect.
Well, I would argue that in the years past, people have had on the weekends they've had the church, but I think for a lot of years in the last couple of decades, people have had the fucking oval, the footy field.
Well, that's it, man.
That's the Sunday tradition. You know what I mean? That's the pastime.
Oh no, absolutely.
There's a saying about baseball. It's it's the American pastime. AFL is very much like that 100%. For Australia. AFL is the Australian. It's like the COVID for so many countries and for Australia as well has brought people together in terms of solidarity and whatever. AFL did that every week. That's what it was there for.
You're not wrong. Even if you were on different teams, it was
at least we love the sport.
Man,
at least,
I know. Even personally, I know. It helped me through shit, man. Playing sports for most people, it's more than just you follow a team or anything. If you play a sport, it's a relief.
That's the thing. It's not just watching it. It's the dads who watch it, they watch it, and their kids play it. It's it's a whole for a lot of families. I feel like
we'd never be able to relate.
Coaches, volunteer coaches, everything.
Surely, we'd never understand that, but we love it. We love the fact that you love it.
Well, I know my dad's been fucking.
My dad loves that shit.
My dad's been all in bloody stitches about the.
Bro, I know. I can watch the Ashes. I like the Ashes.
All of the delays and all of the sports things. It's devastating to people who love sports and all that stuff. And the thing is, I think that obviously film and more artsy stuff that, no offense, Mitch, but obviously me and Conor are a bit more, concerned about. Those things are great.
The Lighthouse.
And people love that. But I think one thing...
the tomb strike you dead, Conor.
Way, he hasn't even seen it and he loves it.
So basically, sports, I think, and this is objective, as a person who does love film, I would argue that sports are more pure in this way, is that sports is such a marvel of human accomplishment in so many ways, and so yes, it's a form of entertainment, but I can see people just wanting to watch it as a curious, as a species, we naturally look at the best of the pack and go, wow, and that's why sports is so appealing, because it is the best athletes that we have in society all playing each other. They're strong, they're fit, they are literally in the best position.
The pinnacle,
they are the most skilled in
human,
that. Exactly. And that's why we enjoy sports. And, for something like that, which is like, it's been taken out by, and obviously not to fucking, downplay the disease, but it's been taken out by the fucking sniffles. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's this entire huge global industry that means so much to people because of a fucking illness, because of a virus.
Well, when were we there? That wasn't too long ago. We went to see the first female. That was
the waffle game. Is that what they still call it?
That was what?
No, the footy game. Yeah. No, not this.
February?
No, it was about 3 years ago.
What, up to stadium?
No, when we went this year to the female game.
Oh, the first derby. Yeah.
What was that? February?
Yeah, probably would have been. Yeah.
That wasn't even that long ago. That was the full. Freo were destroyed. Yeah. Like, but I'm just saying, we were all in like a stadium.
Yeah, it was like 63,000 people.
But we knew about the virus, but no one was really talking about it per se like we do now, obviously. But we were speaking about it, like we knew about it.
Here's something I wanted to bring up, and obviously Conor and I have talked about this in length in the show. We've talked about how the coronavirus pandemic has affected our employment, how it's changed our lives functionally, but also the way we work. So I wanted to ask you, Mitch, obviously we haven't said this in the show yet, but Mitch, you were a bartender.
Yep.
Are you still a bartender? Is that kind of
no?
It's a bit of a up in the air. So
well, look, I'm still employed, but our bar's completely closed down. So
you were a bartender.
Well, that's the thing. So obviously, I want to give you space to really explain how you've experienced this. But you were a bartender. Things are closed down. You study at university.
Yep.
So
engineering.
Just explain to everyone. No, I just want to lay up a question. Just explain to
start, isn't it?
Explain to our audience
like a solid.
What has it been like, during this time with no work, just uni, but I'm assuming uni has been a bit off. Like, what has that been? How has that been different to what you would have expected? How has it fucking changed everything? Like,
man, good question, man. Like, yeah. So look, I was just on internship for all this. Like over the summer, just gone on internship. Away, like
an engineering internship.
Yep. Yeah. Yes. So electrical engineering one with a big mining company, contracting company. It was like looking good and all that. Back to uni, and it was sort of like it started like when it was all fine.
Yeah.
And I sort of felt like, why am I here? Like I've been in the real world. I know what you're actually going to use, and it's not this shit. Like,
well, yeah.
So like the first couple of weeks were just standard uni as you go. You got your labs, everything, and then sort of week 3 was when this coronavirus thing like really became everyone knew about it, but it was sort of like a bit of a
and you're in your final year. Sorry, to just give that context.
My final year. But it was sort of a bit of a piss take. Everyone was like, we got this coronavirus thing, but no one's taking it serious. Like, it's why would it come to Australia? It's just basically the flu, like all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing my thesis this year, which is like the big project, a year-long project you do, and the guy you have to meet him every second week in person, sort of thing. My supervisor was like, well, we're closing down the unis.
I heard troubles about that. I heard so many people saying, oh, uni classes are continuing with Zoom. Yeah. And then people saying, well, I've got to physically show my thing.
That was the biggest argument. Not argument, but discussion.
My thesis or whatever.
Yeah, it was the discussion I had with my supervisor, because he said you have to pick so like the way the thesis work, you have to either build something or simulate something in electrical engineering. So I was like, I'm going to simulate something. He's like, I don't know how to build a fucking motor. Like, how do you do that? But he was like, no, all good. You need to decide what software you're using, because some sort of students only pick softwares that were on the labs at uni, which is fair enough. Like,
I can see where this is going.
That's great, but now that the uni's being closed down, they're kind of sitting there going,
you got to be able to do it at home. Yeah.
How do I do it at home if I don't have the software? Which is like, let's be honest, it's like an $8,000 software. It's not anything you can just casually download.
Well, yeah.
And my supervisor was like, pretty much, if they don't find a software to use otherwise, they don't graduate this year.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Well, I heard something about
sorry, my mic was over there.
I was listening to some punditry, some commentary on the economic situation, and they were saying, think about how expensive university is, like a good university degree, and is that like the price that you are paying for your courses? Is that what a fucking Zoom call is worth? Do you know what I mean?
That's a good point, because to be honest, most of my units cost about $2,000.
Yeah, and so what I'm saying is, did you pay to have 1 or 2 Zoom meetings with your fucking lecturer. Like that's ridiculous.
That's one of the biggest discussions I've had with my uni mates because it's like, is
the money going to be lowered? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like where's it going almost? Yeah,
we're basically teaching ourselves. It's like
they're not making any less money. They're making just as much money
as engineers. Most of our learning comes from labs, but we can't even do the labs. You can't go in.
There's no like, you know, it's not like for you we'll give you like a bit of a.
Doesn't seem that way.
You know, we'll let you go through it like this, but it's like this and that.
Each uni's made their own arrangements. Like, for example, Murdoch are saying you don't have to attempt everything. You can get a pass for the unit ungraded completely.
Oh, fuck. I wish I was studying this year.
No shit, eh?
Maybe I would have graduated.
Maybe you could have gone for it.
Curtin sort of followed, but they said if you pass, you can either get your grade or just get passed as a P, which doesn't affect your course weighted average.
Right.
So, I mean, they sort of improvised, I guess, but, man, I don't know. Like, to expect this whole COVID stuff, like studying at home, it's completely different.
Yeah.
I find the tutes in the labs just almost useless. Like, I pretty much have stopped tuning in because there's almost no point.
Do you have to tune in for, like, attendance?
You're meant to tune in for labs for attendance, but, I mean, if you just put your camera on, like, put your computer on, turn webcam on.
Yeah, fuck it.
Go fucking have a lunch.
Are they going to see you through your camera? Like, do they care? Like, can they see you?
Yeah, no, because you just have to... So the labs, like, we used to do all the experiments ourselves and, like, set up the circuits and whatnot. But now it's like you watch some bloke do a video of it and then they send you the results.
I totally get it now. I've done it myself.
It's like you're watching a bloke do a video.
Have you forgotten it was on and walked out in your underwear and stuff?
Like, what you're doing is
it's
you're
just like
an
embarrassing Zoom call type.
I haven't done that, but like you're watching a recording of a bloke that's filmed this.
Now I've seen you
through
do
a tiny screen because that's
what
he's sharing from his computer screen.
You could literally walk in next room and do it yourself.
Well, and that's exactly...
Smash your beer about 9 a.m.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Turned the webcam on and went... Webcam off.
Do you see that? Do you see that, sir?
Is that shit worth? Would you pay
absolutely not
the same amount you were paying if you knew that's what you were getting? Like,
look, I think the most frustrating thing I had from that internship I did up north was I spent 3 months with them, and honestly, I learned so much more in that 3 months with them than I did
on the field.
That's 3 years of study.
Like you can do, you can't teach in a classroom. It's a real experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think everyone has a different way of learning for sure, but I personally have always found practical work more beneficial than
touching on
theoretical work.
I remember when I was in year 4, like my parents used to go travelling all the time. They take me with me as a kid, and Miss Vensu.
Yep, of course. Lovely teacher.
Yeah, awesome teacher.
No, you can do that. You can do that.
Lovely
woman.
We went. My family was saying we're going to go to Phuket. Is it alright if we take him out of school? Because back then you have to write your letters saying his parent approved.
We knew each other then, by the way, the one. So you know.
So Mum did that, and Ms. Venzel said to her, like, he'll learn more staring out of that window in that bus for one day than I could teach him in a week in this classroom.
Yep, that's legit so true. Good. That's so true.
100%
that is true. That's 100% true.
And what do you think about, what's your stance on filmmaking? What's your stance on podcasts? I know you're not really a YouTube man. You said you like How to Basic this week. Who's a huge YouTuber. 13.5 million subscribers. You like him, don't you?
I do enjoy watching all the comments of people like, oh, that's an awesome way to make bubble tea. Meanwhile, you watch the end of the video and he's throwing eggs at the wall.
That's the thing. Mitchell finally got exposed to a How to Basic video, who I've been watching for about maybe 7-8 years now. I don't know about you, but you've been exposed to your first YouTuber. You don't watch YouTube, do you? You don't have any YouTubers you like.
No, I'm not.
Do you know PewDiePie?
Yeah. I know of him. Like I know of the big YouTubers, but I don't.
So let me list a few names.
I would say
Logan Paul.
Yep.
Jake Paul.
Yep.
Shane Dawson. Raylan Johnson. It's an old one.
That's an old one.
Phil DeFranco.
That rings a bell.
Hot Ones.
Yep.
Chris Stuttman. Jeremy Johns. Oh, this is like
I would.
You get,
can I
just kind of get it? You kind of get it. You kind of get it.
Can I just say I personally think the better way to judge it is, it's not necessarily how many YouTubers you know, but it's like, do you use YouTube as a primary form of entertainment?
No, he doesn't. No.
And I think if you don't, then no offense, but
and why is that though? A lot of people go to YouTubers. Why didn't you ever do that?
I don't know.
It's a good question.
It is a good question. I don't know if I really have an answer. I mean, I enjoy watching like TV shows, movies. Everyone does. That's all good. In your spare time, I don't know. I wasn't really a social.
Very particular. Because I remember when I told you before, we call this the show, but you're always like, it's not a show. It's more of a.
You know me though. I'm not really a social media sort of person.
Yeah, you're always like, this is a podcast, not a show.
I mean, it is a podcast. I mean, it's a show as well.
Not trying to call you out, or I'm just saying like, but you always
you call me out, you do it.
Yeah, I'm calling out the show. I'm calling this man out. You know,
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
I'm goofy right now.
Sorry, I love conflict.
No, but he loves
Conflict. I'm all ready for it.
I'm ready for it, man. But you know, you'd say it's a show. Sorry, a podcast. You never say it was a show.
No, that's fair. I mean, to me, I don't know. A show is a TV show. I don't know if I can I understand. I respect what you guys do. I don't know if I consider YouTube a show as such to me. It's a form of social media, I guess, and entertainment. Almost? But I wouldn't say it's any really different to Facebook or Instagram. You get videos on there.
Interesting.
Would you describe like a 92.9 or a 93.7 as a show?
Not really.
Well, like what
no,
they do on the
that's
radio?
a radio station. I wouldn't say it's a show.
Okay.
Like,
I think it's kind of like
no, because that's probably
I would say
the closest
vocally,
thing.
That's what you guys are closer to than.
Well, that's the closest thing I can describe it as to like my parents. You know what I mean? That's the way I can.
Who don't get it?
That's the way they can. Yeah, that's the only way they can kind of understand. Is like, so you're doing a radio, like an audio show, like a radio. They're like radio show, but it's like not, you know. So I can always say if you don't consider it in the same way of like a traditional show. One thing I wanted to ask, we can continue talking about this YouTube thing, but maybe it'll come up more. But one thing I wanted to really ask to you, and I brought this up briefly, but I really just wanted to get your specific perspective on this, of having, obviously you are very focused on the university side of things and studying, but we sort of mentioned you were a bartender to make your weekly wages.
Yeah.
And you mentioned, obviously, because of COVID, they've closed down all the bars. You can't really do that as a living anymore. Can you just give a bit of a context of like how much work did you have before coronavirus? How has that changed? How much less do you have?
What's it like
do
as
you
a
have
bartender?
the same?
Like, that's interesting.
Well, actually, that's a good question, but I just want to specifically get the first, I want to get the coronavirus perspective, and then obviously you can just go into how the job is. But specifically, I just want to know, you know, how have you been affected? Also, how have you seen co-workers been affected? Because I that's just something that interests me. I just want to know about that specifically. But I mean, bartending is an interesting trade, so I would love to hear more about that in general. But I just want to, first of all, just can you give the specific coronavirus perspective? Because I mean, I've had a certain experience. I know Conor have had. We've both talked about our experience briefly, but you know, I just want to hear while you're on the show. Like,
of course. I mean, so as a casual, there's obviously some staff in there that are full time as well. So we've got 2 or 3 out of the 9 or 10.
Are you own full time? Aren't you?
No, so I was casual. I was working maybe
Sorry, just making sure you get it.
Up to about like 18, 20 hours a week, sort of thing.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
On certain weeks.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, as an uni
it's a
student,
good wage.
pays the bills,
for
especially as a bartender. You get like loading and whatnot on a weekend. So
love it.
A few tips here and there when the ladies hit you up. But,
Woo!
Hey,
but no, it did affect us. So when it first came through, they sort of cut all casuals. Left us like maybe 3 or 4 full-time staff, which I understood, but at the same time, it was sort of like the rest of us. Now we don't have any income at all. So I probably went for about 4 weeks without income. Maybe like the second week of that is when the government was like, we just closed down all pubs. No one. I mean, our Fridays used to be our biggest thing. We'd have 1,000 people there a night, sort of thing.
Crazy.
And obviously,
isn't it?
They put the restrictions on. It was like, nope, see you later. No one, not allowed anyone here.
Oh wow.
So fuck. The bar closed down. I went for about 4 or 5 weeks without anything. A bit frustrating. I mean, had saved up to buy a car and was just chewing into that.
Well, look, if it makes you feel better, everyone's been.
That's what I mean. I'm not saying it absolutely ruined everyone. Absolutely.
Yeah. You're not alone in your feeling. Like,
no. But
I'll tell this story in a minute. But yeah.
And they sort of said you can go and apply elsewhere. We'll vouch for you and whatnot. But when all the bars,
that's nice that they gave you a bit
of
a
of course.
Okay, that's good.
When all the bars closed down,
did they say to you that once the pandemic was over, once things open up again, did they guarantee you a job, or were they?
My boss has said, of course, when we're happy to recommend you elsewhere, but when the place opens up, we'd love to have you back. We really want you back. So that was awesome. Don't get me wrong. But so
you've essentially been stood down.
Yeah, pretty much. But
that's what actually, not my girlfriend, but I've a couple of people in my work have actually been stood down. The ad, you know what actually fucks me off? I don't know if you guys have had this experience, but at my work, there is an administration team, and they worry about shifts, the time of shifts, all that stuff. So they do all the texting and the emailing and the phoning. So I would actually talk to our admin team quite a lot. And 2 people from our admin team, there are 3 people on our admin team, 2 people were both fully stood down.
Fuck.
So they are now on 0 hours a
It's
week.
just one person.
They've basically been told that they can, when things kick back up, they will have a job. But right now, we can't give you anything.
That doesn't pay your rent though, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah.
And our business, look, there's obviously specifics of my business, but the company I work for is a non-profit that happens to be a disability provider. It's a different system with the JobKeeper thing that Australia has. So my company is actually not eligible for JobKeeper. So that's why they have to lay off people.
I was going to say, yeah, I'm very fortunate myself that my company were able to apply for that and look after us. So
JobKeeper is great.
yeah, big time. I mean, I almost think the government's been overzealous to a degree.
You know what though? I would rather them
But
being...
I think,
They have to
they're
be.
trying. I think they're trying to force a bit of a false economy. Where it enables people to still keep shopping.
What else can you do?
Well,
There is
and
no
that's the
other
thing.
way.
That's legit.
Because I mean, let's be honest. If that didn't happen, the amount of small businesses that get closed because this is just
Actually.
scales.
Not to get into a full, political rant, but just to briefly
Too late.
say, the thing is, the government is the one.
Shit,
You're
I'm
about
gonna
to.
come.
You're all about to come with
And you
this
go to the toilet.
fucking political rant.
I'm listening.
All right, it's on my
Here we go.
camera.
Get the
You
popcorn.
twat. So basically, my view is that the whole coronavirus situation has led to the government shutting down the economy. Now, I think that's a good thing because obviously it keeps people alive. We want people to live more than we want, fucking cash in hand per se.
Of course.
But the government shut down the economy, so the government should also provide some kind of solution or safety net. Do you know what I mean? Like, they can't just say, okay, no one can go to work, no one can make money, but also we're not going to give you anything to, we're just going to say you have to stop working and not pay you, you have to give some kind of, and look,
I agree.
To be completely fair, the Australian government, I think, has done a great job. I actually do think they've done a great job.
I'd agree.
Obviously, like I said, my company, which it's a very, very shame that my company has not so far been eligible for JobKeeper, but that could change. They could become eligible. The program could change.
What they've allegedly set aside for the not a project, but I suppose the funds.
The funding, whatever.
It's about
yeah,
6 months worth.
Yes, no, and that's the thing is that they look, 100% to their credit, they're continually changing the criteria, everything. So it's all becoming much easier.
Oh god, we're still talking about the coronavirus.
More fluent.
Go back and pee again.
Honestly, you try to make it fluent, and then you make it so obvious that you
fluently
checked out for like
I 100%
Honestly,
no. This is me trying to be fluent, saying, all right, we spoke the coronavirus. I want to talk Mitchell about.
Well, okay. May I finish my point and then we'll
go on.
to the next
Yeah,
topic.
go on.
lads.
So my point is
Here all
obviously
Fuck.
we get into a massive fight.
Here all week.
No, so the thing is, so I just think that, it's been shut down. I feel like people should fucking... How dare you?
No, it's a good.
Be compensated. No, I was just curious.
I'm more than happy to answer.
I'm only jacking.
No, seriously, like I said, I've had people in my workworkplace stood down. It's a tough situation.
No, for sure, man. For
Do
sure.
you guys see it coming back soon or a long time, or what's the deal? That's short. You don't have to go into it. I just mean a short.
I'll go into
answer.
a little bit because, man, I've got sort of both perspectives I got from work where we reckon maybe by June-ish we'll be starting up again.
The bar.
Yeah, the bar.
Okay.
Interesting.
But I've also got family ties in the medical industry that reckon it'll be more like September when these restrictions.
I reckon it'll be September.
Look,
honestly, I reckon it will be.
Without going into it, because I don't want to start a whole debate on this thing, but everyone wonders why Europe's so infected at the moment, but we forget that we're in summer and they're in winter. We've got winter coming up now. The issue is if people start going, we've got 0 cases, we're going to relax, we're not going to do what the government says anymore because it's fine, there's no case in WA, and we get to winter, well, everyone knows what the flu does in winter, and this is Australian.
Yeah, but the other thing too is that when it's flu season, how do people know if they have the flu or coronavirus?
That's absolutely.
Dude, they're all going to be going to the same hospital.
And literally, exactly, it'd be even worse than it is now for the cases.
The biggest product, which I've said, so personally, all on here, we've all gone through our own sort of stuff. We all got a few mental health things.
Everyone's been affected. Yeah, for sure.
I've always said to Mum, like, the whole thing with this isolation and quarantine the governments have to worry about now is you're going to have depression rates are going to rise.
For sure.
So in the family ties I've got in the medical industry, the biggest thing that is being bought by hospitals at the moment is antidepressants.
And that's exactly why I say I would rather the government be a little bit more generous.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, look, okay, I'm sorry, but if people get a little bit more money than they normally would when employed, is that such a bad thing during this fucked up time? Like,
Yeah, well, that's
okay,
it.
maybe some people make a little bit more money on unemployment benefits
Yeah.
than they would from a. Okay, well, this is a once in a lifetime experience.
the thing
So
is-
maybe they should just for now, just for this tiny fucking time in history.
The thing that I found
Get more
very
money.
bizarre about it though is you still get taxed. On
The money you
payment. I
get.
was
Yeah,
like,
literally,
well,
on the
of course
payment
they
you
do.
get,
Of
you get
course they
taxed.
fucking
It's
do.
just
No, it's
that's a bit
ridiculous.
bizarre,
It's
like,
like,
they're like, well,
yeah,
I'm
That doesn't
paying you,
change,
you know, like,
and that
just
won't change.
get
So
taxed
get used to
normally,
it.
So.
we still need to make money off our
Coronavirus
fucking
or not, we still
recovery.
need to get
Look,
paid.
we might be paying
so.
you to survive you from being
Oh,
broke.
Look,
so we
you,
need
you,
money,
you
so
may have to work, but we don't.
We've got to
So
pay the rest of these people somehow.
Well, okay. I know you wanted to bring something up, but I also wanted to get your perspective on bartending. I know you wanted to do that as well.
Yes.
Do we want to let
You've come
Mitch
back
get
to
into bartending, or is that? Do you want to bring your thing up?
yeah, I got something off the bartending, but you take that out of the way, and I'm going to jump more into the
All right. Well,
entertainment
Mitch,
side.
just you don't have to be whatever. Talk about bartending. How
In
is
general?
that? Yeah. You don't have to go too long. You don't have to go too
Talk about
short.
the
Just-
ladies.
The ladies, woo!
Hey!
Nah, I don't know. The bar I work at's it's not massive to.
Yeah, but there's a few babes in there.
Oh, there are a few babes, of course.
Uh-oh, Mitch has got...
Holy
Hey! He's got the buns
do you
going.
consider
There we go.
bartending as is it? Do you think of it as like a service industry job, like a customer
mean,
service?
or a
or-
simp one.
Hospitality, of
Yeah,
course.
hospitality. Yeah.
I don't know. Customer service, maybe. It's a bit weird.
Mitch is like, maybe if I'm feeling okay that
I don't know. When
day,
people
maybe
come
I'll
in-
give customer service.
It's a bit of a tricky job because you have a bit of responsibility. If people come in really pissed, I mean, as a bar, you obviously want to make money, but at the same
Yes,
time,
of
it's
course.
you can't, by RSA standards, you can't serve.
You
gotta
they'll
abide
come
by the
straight
law.
back to you and be like, you
That's it,
served
yeah,
them,
because
yeah.
if anything happens, they do
Yeah,
come back to
straight
you.
back
and
to you, you serve
You get
them.
fined and the bar gets fined.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you can't have that, but I know it's a fine line, but it's like your friends and stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard. It's hard to get people off sometimes. You have
Yeah,
to do it. I mean,
sure. No,
it's
you
probably
have
one
to.
of the harder things. And you get friends come in, they're like, "Oh, I want discounts and all that sort of stuff." But
I've never
That's
done
tough. That's tough.
no, of course not. But I mean,
I feel like I have a friend who works at a bottle and he gives me discounts sometimes, but I feel
Oh,
like
he
that's
said it.
different. That's different to a.
that. You said it.
don't mention names.
Yeah.
I didn't say names or locations at all.
Yeah, you still say it though.
Well, we know the drink.
That's tough.
Anyway, he gives me discounts, but
I enjoy this craft.
but
It's not bought from that bottle.
I very much consider that different to. I would not ask a bartender friend because I mean, bottle-os, I would imagine have higher margins. And
Oh, for
all
sure,
that
for
stuff.
sure.
Whereas,
Absolutely,
like restaurants and bars, I mean,
Especially
it's
our
it's
bar.
it's
Our
fairly
bar's like-
common. Well, it's fairly
our
common
bar's the
knowledge that
lowest
they
of lows.
operate on thin margins. You know,
Yeah, look, you know,
$7 pints, man.
I've been
Yeah,
there
I mean,
once,
Jesus.
and it was
which is nice. I mean, that's
interesting
nice
to
for the
say at
customer.
least. I remember going to Mitchell and be like, I saw you in the toilets, remember? I was like, my man, what are you doing here? And you're like, going to the toilet. I'm like,
Yeah.
I work here.
no,
What are you doing
he
here?
let
I
me
work
in.
here.
What was it, like a few days, like 5 days after I broke up with my ex, and I saw you, and I was like, my man, like, how you doing? And you were like, my man, good to see you.
So you're telling us that you've been asked out multiple times by women on the job?
A few times, yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, no, a few
so multiple, yeah?
Have any ended up in a date?
Few, no, a couple.
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Yeah, no.
Wait, who?
No, a couple.
How did
Scottish one.
how did the dates go? Were
Wait,
they-
that was a date?
Mm.
Really?
Mm.
Who? Wait, what? Really?
I'm not naming names.
No, not who, but you Scottish. Wait, you
Connor's
actually,
like, what?
wait, you actually went out with her?
I went on a date, yeah.
Did you really? Did you really? When was that?
A while ago, I don't know.
How'd it go?
That was alright. But she was moving to Scotland, so there's no point.
Oh, there's
is
no
there?
point in that.
Yeah,
No, don't
yeah,
bother
absolutely.
with that. Nah. Did she say it before you went on it?
Nah, mid-date. I was like,
She told you that when you went on the date.
yeah.
That's a big no-go.
Yeah,
Don't even
no,
bother.
no, I'm
What's
well
the
aware.
point? You express your feelings and she
No, I
fucking
mean,
goes.
you look, at the bar I work, it's not obviously the most common for
Where'd you
people our
go on
age.
that date?
It's like Hillary sort of thing.
Block that, Dan. I dare you. No, that can be said. What'd you do at Hillary's? Go on. We love exposing dates on the show. What'd you do? Go on.
We just went to fucking...
Did you kiss her?
No.
You didn't even
First
peck
date?
her
Nah,
lips?
nah.
Did you
first
fuck her?
date. Nah, first
Yeah,
date.
you skipped the kiss. You saw it.
I did. I was like, no kissing. All the way, baby.
What's that?
No,
You don't
no,
kiss on the
no.
first date? Is that your deal?
No, don't. No, not you don't kiss on the first. I'm not saying that, but I
Have
don't
you
know.
kissed on the first date?
We've all kissed on the first date.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
la
have
la.
you?
To be fair, normally alcohol.
But have you though?
Normally alcohol.
What, a bird in the club's the first date, is it?
No, you
me,
know
it's-
exactly what I'm talking.
Do I? Who?
There's a good Christmas
Uh-oh.
function. Put it that way.
Was that a date? You met on that day. It's not a date.
Nah, I'd spoken to her about a week before that though.
All right. Did you?
And
I
I
won't
met her
say
before
names. I won't say names. But when you went out for dinner, did you kiss once on that dinner? Did you peck?
Wait, which dinner?
There were a few. Wow.
No, which
exclusive.
bird?
No, the one at Christmas. The one with.
We did not kiss on the dinner. No.
Okay. But there had been a previous one before that. But after we saw Spider-Verse, you went to her house. Remember?
That was the same person.
Yeah, I'm saying. So you. Yeah. But on that date when you went to the restaurant, you didn't kiss once.
It wasn't a date.
Mitchell says it wasn't a date. Oh, she won't watch it. Trust me.
It wasn't a date, man.
How dare you, Conor? Everyone watches this show.
So everyone's fucking, hang on, everyone's ratting me out for this right now.
I'm not.
Fuck off. No,
oh, tell us the truth, Mitch. Speak the truth.
This is a Christmas fling.
Gospel.
Right. It was fairly recent after I'd gone through what I went through.
Give us the gospel, yeah.
No,
it's okay.
Fuck off. Let me finish. Awesome chick.
Good point.
No, honestly, awesome chick. One of my mates, spoken to her for a while. Met her at a Christmas party. Woke up the next morning. I was like, wow, fuck, this is my room. Jesus Christ. Whoa, oh shit, she's next to me. Fair enough. Happens to the best of us. But I didn't really know her too well. So I was like, look, we sort of messaged for a while. I was like, oh, come around, have a chat.
A while? A long time.
No, give me
a long time.
Not before that. I was like, she was like, come around. I was like, yeah, no worries. I came around. We had like dinner,
long time.
Bit of a chat. Stayed the night again, and then
you watched Hush together.
Yeah, we did a fucking spooky film, eh?
I don't know why I remember that, but you watched Hush.
Spooky film.
And did you kiss her on that date?
Yeah, well, I stayed the night. It wasn't a date, but yeah, I stayed the night. It was about 4 days after the first one, but that's fine.
Was it? Oh.
So
yeah, it was,
it was, not wrong. All right,
so
you kissed her, folks.
For a while, for a little bit, for a couple of weeks. But I sort of said the whole time, I'm not looking for anything serious. I made it very clear from the start. I'm not looking for anything serious.
Your first mistake.
Bit of fun. I specified that. Couldn't have made it.
Mitch.
Touch your response.
Couldn't have made it more clear. But no, so even at Falls, which was a couple of days after, the person I was mates with that met her through, she asked him.
2019? 18? 2019.
Not last year, before, yeah.
Falls 2019. You went to Falls 2019?
Was it Falls? No, it was Falls. Yeah, no, I went last year, not the year before.
The details
No, sorry.
are somewhat irrelevant.
No, it was 2019. It was 2019.
Go that.
It was Falls 2019. I didn't go to it, no. But so she said to the mates I'm mates with,
I
right?
was going to say he went for. Yeah,
she said, so what's Mitch after? And he deadpan looked in the eye and said, literally nothing.
Oh, dear.
Bit of fun.
Dear.
But so
she didn't take that seriously, did she?
Obviously not, because she was like, well, I'll take you out for your birthday. And I was like, look, I'm going to specify this well and truly very clear. Not a date.
Not clear enough.
Oh, boy.
Could not have made it more clear. I hope she doesn't watch this. She's going to hate me. Do like you. You're an awesome chick, but
she doesn't know what the fuck we do.
If times were different, I tell you, who knows? But yeah, no. So we went to dinner, and I was just my jovial self. Like, for example, we were at Hogsbeth.
Went to dinner. That's
Hogsbeth. Yeah, went to Hogsbeth. It was not a date though. She was just taking me out for my birthday. I was like,
you say that.
Takes me out for my birthday. End up
beautiful. Who doesn't love a good date?
I love that. Well, you got it.
For dinner.
No, but as if you wouldn't know. You're too good. We would do the exact same thing.
I'm too good a bloke to not pay.
I would never.
I was like, man,
it's
not a date, but still, I have to pay.
Even
dude, if you're not properly dating them, that it's a bit weird to not pay. Yeah,
dude,
I've had terrible dates with girls, and I've gone.
I was like, I couldn't not. It's not a date, but I couldn't not.
Look, if you're in a relationship with them and they took you out for your birthday or something,
of course,
yeah. Do you know that literal place called in fucking? I went to a fucking date with her, and I paid for her, and it was shit.
What is this? What is this story? What?
I just said I had to pay for a girl's dinner. I fucking sucked. Gone.
Anyway, no, it's fine.
I just said
you definitely did just say her name.
The restaurant's called.
Just said it again.
Oh my god!
This podcast. Oh no, really?
You made it obvious. I could have said. I could have said. Anyway, you could not have reacted. You could have just been like.
How am I meant to not react to that, bro?
So
anyway, hang on.
Say the
oh, you had something to say. Okay.
So
I thought you were
at this dinner up
talking shit,
and they were like Hogsbeth, and I'd been for a while. And you know what Hogsbeth used to give you like you order your steak, and they're like, you want chips or potato, and you're like, chips, and then like you want veggies or salad. I was like, yes. Sick. So I was prepared, man. I was like, yep, chips, salad, not a drama. Came up, they're like, what do you want? I was like, steak. They're like, you want chips or salad? And I was like, yeah, chips. And they're like, and I was like, I'll get a salad, thanks. And they're like, oh, cool, no worries. I didn't realise though, it didn't come with that anymore, so they put it on as an extra. So I arrived.
No. Yeah, you're a fat day.
So I arrived. My steak and chips arrived. Whatever the fuck she wanted arrived. It was a wrap or something. And then my salad arrived, and I was looking, and I was like, I'm not gonna eat a fucking side salad, man. Like salads are a side dish. Who eats that?
So fucking.
So here's what I did, right? I finished my steak and chips, finished everything. It's this full salad left. waiter comes up and goes, "How was your meal?" I was like, "Awesome, thanks, mate." He's like, "All good, I'll take away." And I was like, "Thank you very much. Can we get that salad in a side dish for the lady?"
Did she have it? Though?
You said that.
I said
you
that.
said that.
Dead
Oh
bad.
my
And he looked at me.
God.
I was like, "Yeah, man, no worries." She looked at me when he walked up. She's like, "You son of a bitch, you." And Dad said, "Arrived with this takeaway bowl of salad." No, that's for the lady.
that is
and she had to walk out
hilarious.
carrying it. It was a good laugh.
Oh my God. That's a
laugh.
good meme.
I
That
still
is a
friends
great
now,
meme.
yeah?
Well, I've got nothing against her.
I literally did nothing wrong. I know who he's talking about, by the way.
We all do now. You
So-
mentioned the name
No, he
4
doesn't
times.
know.
By the way, I believe, Connor, you had a question for Mitch, or you had something you wanted Mitch to
Yeah,
go
because,
into?
like, you know, I want to touch on the fact that you don't really watch anything to do with, like, podcasts and stuff, and you're only going for a bit. No, go ahead. He did watch the Wine Hoods podcast with the
Oh, yeah, when the
explanation. You watched it as well.
Hilltop Hoods
Across the
did that,
tracks.
yeah.
So what do you think? Could you ever be a podcaster, Mitch? Like, what do you think about the whole idea of podcasts? Do you think it's very vanity
Now that
fueled?
you've done one, because we're nearly finished now. We're about
We're
at
not
the end
really
of the show.
finished.
Yes, we are.
Nearly
We've done
finished.
about an hour, man.
I thought it was about 2 hours normally.
Yeah, normally.
And what
nearly
am I-
finished.
We
Am
can
I
go
not
for
good
longer.
enough for
I
you,
just might
David?
have to. Sorry, I didn't know
Is
what the
half an hour nearly
expectation.
finished?
Am I not good enough for you?
No, you.
I'm no way.
I'm getting attacked here. We can go for as long as we want.
You're
I
getting
just,
attacked. How do you think I feel?
What do you think
Shit.
about the whole idea of the whole idea of a podcast? Do you think it's lazy? What do you think?
Am I not doing a good
lazy. Why do you say
Well,
that?
what do you think about the whole idea?
What do
of doing
you
a
think,
podcast?
Connor?
I think it's far from lazy. What do you
Make
think?
America great again.
Wow. Whoa.
Sorry.
Our show suddenly got very political.
Anyway, sorry, go on. I don't.
What do
I'm
you think
not
about podcasts? Do you
specifying
think they're?
any
What do you
politicals.
think about them?
No, look, I rate podcasts, and I've listened to more than just the Hilltop Hoods one. I mean,
Joe Rogan?
No. So I listen to different ones, as we were mentioning sports before.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
There's
Connor,
many
let's give
footy
him a chance to.
podcasts.
So, just we've
Fair
never
enough.
heard of. By the way, we've probably never
Fair
heard of
enough.
any of the podcasts you're about to bring up. But
You think I know
of
their
your own
names?
accord, bring up some podcasts that you listen to. Tell us.
You think
Yeah.
I know the names? No, I don't know the names of them. As
Oh, you
such.
don't. Okay.
No,
okay. You
it's
don't.
more like I'm that lazy bloke. that
Mitch is
just-
like, I don't know anything
Yeah,
about
well,
the things I
that's
listen
right.
to.
I just know the
What?
people
No, you
in
said
them,
you
man.
refer to Watcher, remember?
No, I do. Like, so when it comes to, like, for example, trade period in the AFL, they do what I would describe as podcast. Not really a radio interview, not really a video. It's sort of in between, like you guys do. You can watch the video whilst they're talking about it, or you can just listen in.
Listen, yeah.
So I
You
watch
watch
podcasts.
That's
Yeah,
what we
so
try to do.
so it's, I mean, it's called trade radio, but it's not really radio. And I'll just listen to that for the whole day.
Yeah.
Because that's just, to me, that's my passion
The
is
whole
sport.
day?
Yeah, so I mean, you plug in headphones and listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
I'll plug in my headphones and listen to that for the whole
So what
day.
they talk about? They talk about players on things like so and so's been picked up
Yeah,
this week
so well,
from
not
so-and-so,
picked
like-
up, but it's they speak about players that are coming up, the youngsters, so our age sort of thing.
Yeah,
I used to,
okay.
you're like
coming through the
literally
draft.
like me with like movie news. I'm like,
Yeah, and they sort of go like, this team could get this person.
like, I'm
this
more
team's
educated.
maybe looking at this person,
know,
and I just find it interesting. For
I haven't
all else.
necessarily meant to make this comparison so poignantly, but like I've really come to realize that film fans and sports fans are actually fairly similar.
No,
Like,
I'd agree.
no, like you know,
unfortunately, we fist fight. In the
we
pub.
look at no, but if
know
we
who wins.
Oh yeah, yeah.
we fight against each other
Live on the show.
But, you know, if
Mitch
you know,
Rose.
if we talk about
He wishes.
let's say a filmmaker who was really
Conor.
famous at like Cannes or something, and we're like, oh,
Casey
this,
Neistat.
no, but we're like this young filmmaker, Ari Aster,
What?
they're gonna
No, I
make
know
it.
who it is.
Hang
I'm
on,
kidding, I'm
ask,
kidding.
ask Mitchell about Casey. Who's Casey Neistat, Mitch?
The bloke that you got a selfie with in the park back when you were about 13.
That's that's Mofo.
Mofo.
Are you mad?
Wait, no, Casey Neistat's the one that's like, she's honestly so beautiful. I
Go.
would simp for her all the time or some shit.
What? Are you?
That's H3
Fuck,
Productions.
I was
H3. Casey
What? Who,
Neistat.
I don't know who that is.
Casey Neistat. You know the vlogger from New York. Remember, he's the one who what? He came out of the.
Not the closet.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, you know Casey Neistat. He came out of
Yes.
the TV.
Yeah, when you were high as a kite. Guy.
Yeah, I was high as a kite at Dan's once, and I went to pass out
Came out the
his
TV, you reckon?
in his cinema lounge.
Oh, weed.
The TV turned on, and Casey Neistat walked out of the TV.
Do you know
Did I
how
tell you
long?
that?
Do you know how long?
Oh, your
though, that
dream.
I was
Yes,
like,
your dream.
that
It
didn't
was a dream. It was a dream.
But do you know how long that I went like that didn't actually happen, and you were like, no, it definitely did. It
It
came
did,
out
to this
without
day.
explaining. You meant by no, it actually happened, as in it was an actual dream, not it
No,
actually happened,
it
and he
wasn't a
came out
dream.
of the
I
TV.
was conscious.
He did not come out of the TV.
I'm not saying Casey Neistat in the flesh did it, but it was not just a dream. Believe me. he literally came out of the TV. You love Casey Neistat, don't you?
I didn't know him until you just mentioned him, so not by name at least.
I love Casey Neistat, and he definitely came out of the TV at that time.
So how I think that connects to sports is
Jesus.
Sorry, he got us off track, not me. Blame him.
no, I'm joking. No, but like what I was gonna say was like, for example, we would see a young filmmaker at fucking Cannes or whatever. We'd be like,
look at Ari Aster.
Yeah, exactly. We'd be like, look at Ari Aster. What a fucking great.
Where they go.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
love Midsommar.
And so, but
Awful film.
but.
Whoa, what? Awful.
But for example, sports fans will do the same for like young up and coming sports
Freo,
players.
awful.
They'll say, "Wow, look at this fucking character who's playing great." So it's there's a very similar.
Did you know that most of the AFL players have to do some sort of studies? And I actually met about 6 of the young blokes last year before one of my exams at uni.
Oh wow!
I was sitting there in my Freo jacket.
Did you ever consider doing
Man,
professional
if
AFL?
I was good enough, I would have been there.
So you're not like us.
That's true. No,
And
and
she's
that's
texting right now on the show.
Not like you reckon.
fuck you, Connor.
I'd love to see you kick a football.
Fuck you, Connor.
I
agree.
can't.
Fuck you, Conor.
What's his
you.
name? Don't tell me it's Oh fuck, I can't remember his name.
That's the thumbnail. Is that the thumb? Fuck you, Connor.
No,
That's my thumbnail. But basically,
It's B something. His name's B.
get around it.
The young kid. He does
Brayshaw.
pretty good. Brayshaw.
Barry B. Benson.
Yeah, also, no, Jensen Button.
Andrew Brayshaw. Andy Brayshaw.
That was a fake name that I
Andy?
gave.
Andrew Brayshaw.
Andy, it's the same thing. Andrew, Andy, same thing.
Yeah, Andrew Brayshaw.
Yeah, Brayshaw,
Thank
I met
you.
him. Absolute legend, though.
Love it. Love it.
It's a bit like Illy. Doesn't let the fame get to him.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
time. I'm glad you agreed on that.
Hey,
I
we get
agree.
it. We don't want the fame to get to fucking
I agree.
Harry
Illy's a
Astor's
great
head,
guy.
or you know what I mean?
Harry
Like,
Astor,
No, but
who's-
that's what you're saying. Yeah, same thing.
You've
It's
watched,
the same-
yeah.
You've watched
same thing,
Midsommar?
man. Yeah, awful film.
Why did you not like it?
What do you mean? Why? It was awful.
Have you seen the hit film The Lighthouse, directed
I
by
have
not
not.
Harry Astor?
But
Yeah,
I do
fucking-
Robert
know that
Eggers.
May the Tomb
Yeah,
Strike
Robert
you
Eggers.
dead, Connor.
Sorry?
Hawk.
Oh! Are you going to enjoy watching The Lighthouse?
Hopefully.
Oh, you'll love it.
Can't be worse than Midsummer. Man.
No, it's not. I don't know if it's. I think it's on par.
But by the way, that's kind of also part of the point is that like, and look, to your credit, Mitch, you've been shown so many films. Probably
Yeah.
ones that you just don't like. I'm saying in your defense.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
no,
in
so
your
hear me
defense.
out. I
Connor
know-
has forced you to watch a movie about flower
All
girls
the
fucking their
Spider-Man films.
boyfriends. You know what I mean? Like,
You've seen it?
Hang on, so hear me out. Hang on.
I mean, I
Before-
know what happens in
when she drops the pube in the
Midsummer.
pie.
Wow,
just
he's seen it
odd.
without
anyway,
seeing
so
it.
hang on. I might not be as in depth with films as you boys are, but man, I love films, big time.
No, but what? No, that's what
why I
I'm
show
trying.
him in them.
No, that's what I was trying to say is that I feel like we should give a bit more credit to sports
Yeah, but
shit.
I hope
because
that
Mitch gives a lot of credit to film
I
shit.
reckon he will enjoy The Lighthouse.
I have no doubt I will.
It's a
But that's
very
what I'm saying.
strange movie.
I don't necessarily watch a film and go, "Oh, the script was a bit off," because I don't understand all that.
Yeah, you can buy The
Or,
Lighthouse.
"Oh, the
Dan.
lighting's not quite right," but
Well,
yeah, I don't
the
get
We got
lighting.
the lighthouse right here. Is this in camera? We got the lighthouse. Oh, it's not even in camera.
That's The Lighthouse, by the way.
We
Did
got
you
the
know
lighthouse
that?
as
I
a
did,
prop.
yeah.
Look at that.
Did you hear what
That's
I
our
said?
The
prop.
lighting in The Lighthouse.
We're gonna
is
figure
lit.
out how to get that in the
The
in the
lighting
frame
in the lighthouse
so
is
that
very
we
right.
have
You
an
wouldn't
You know
actual
the lighting,
set.
it's in black and white, so the light in The Lighthouse is...
But that's what I'm saying. Like the stuff like the lighting, I wouldn't notice as a film person.
Yeah, it's
But I do like watching films and going, "Ooh."
yeah, I always say it's like, we notice the costume, the design, the character design, like, the set.
I mean, I notice
we
noticed
the
certain
sound,
things,
we
but
notice
like
the
not to
score,
say, like I'll notice if someone's on a continuous shot sort of thing where it's the whole
Yeah.
film looks like one shot, that sort of stuff. But
yeah, like I noticed that a few
but I won't
weeks ago or
notice
something,
stuff
and it was like
like
the
lighting
classic
or
same
something,
thing,
but-
like, yeah. But hopefully, like Midsummer.
awful film.
I'm just kidding. Hopefully, like
Nah, good film, mate, well made, but just awful. If you actually watch the film, awful.
I don't know if it's awful.
I know it is.
I just think it's
It's like
not.
my.
Have you seen it?
No,
It's an
that's. I
experience.
haven't.
It's
I
an
haven't.
Awful, Daniel.
Get off
You-
Declan. I literally bought it to him. He hasn't given it back to me. And
You-
Rocket Man. My Rocket Man
Has he paid for
Blu-ray.
your fine yet? I didn't think so.
You literally
That
sound
either.
like
So
my
Rocket
uncle.
Man fine and my fucking.
We pay back straight away.
You literally
Same with
sound like my uncle telling me
Yeah,
how
but
much
you
he
not-
didn't
if you don't pay
like.
me for a week, I don't care. I'm like, you'll get it back to me. I don't care.
you. Yeah, no wrong with that.
But
Gold Coast for 3
Declan,
months.
he has my Rocket Man copy and my Midsummer copy.
Great film. by
Mitch,
the way.
you
Midsummer?
sound right now.
Hey, he said Midsummer's a great movie.
Right now, Mitch, you sound like my uncle telling me about
here we
Uncut
go.
Gems. You know what I mean? He's
Great
like-
film.
You liked it.
You did like it.
Yeah, of course I
We watched
liked
it
it. We
together.
watched it
Yeah,
together.
but you don't like every film you see.
This is me. This is how I win.
Holy shit, I'm gonna
You don't like every movie you see, do you?
No, I won't say like. Look, I reckon most films are good. They're above average. But there's obviously a fair bit of disparate, changes that.
So you watched the Safdie brothers' first film called Good Time.
I have not seen that.
You should watch that because it's.
For example, we saw. I don't know. I'm not with the times as such. What movie critics and stuff think's good. I don't know. So, for example, I'm a fan of Quentin Tarantino. Thank you.
Are you?
I do. He's got a
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What do you think?
But that's what I mean. For example, that film it was well made. I mean, awesomely made. But what the fuck happens in it?
It's the Seinfeld, the Larry David
of movies. Yeah, it is. But I mean, I don't know. It's well made, but to me, I sit there and go, "It's good. It's well made."
Yeah, unfortunately, that is that stands to it. What do you think about Larry David's writing?
He's right.
You like Larry David?
You do enjoy Curb, and I'll take your word for it.
I do. So, do you like Larry David as a writer?
I'm not saying Curb, but I will take your word for it.
So, do you like the idea of shows that don't really go anywhere? Do you like this show?
Sometimes.
For one.
Well,
have you seen Seinfeld?
Yes. I have seen Seinfeld.
Do you like Seinfeld?
It's funny, but it's almost like Big Bang.
Like Friends?
It's almost like Big Bang.
But have you seen Friends and Seinfeld as in like a kind of like a copy type thing?
So I'd probably put Seinfeld above Friends.
Wow. So you like Larry David's writing?
But that's because Friends is just so standard mainstream based.
Here's a question.
I like Friends, and it's like,
if we ever did a show called Pizza Pig, would you co-host a
voice? I'd be on it. Yep, that sounds good to me.
Would you do a voice?
Of course.
This is Dan's creation.
This is a voice.
Where's Pizza Pig on the thing?
This is a voice made for recording.
Well, we've got other shows that we're gonna make, but
and I'll be in them all.
Pizza Pig is like me and Dan's big thing.
But I'll be in them all.
That's our together thing. We got separate things.
Gonna keep saying it.
And would you let Mitchell do a voice in there?
Of course, Mitch can be any voice he wants.
I'll be your voice.
No, I was just confused because you asked Mitch if he wanted to host, so I was like, "Wait, is Pizza Pig a live show now?" I was like, "What?"
No, I feel like he would host almost part of the show that's not.
I got scared.
I'll step up to the plate, mate.
You mean he could voice a character that
I'm
is?
sorry,
I would love Mitch to voice a character. I'd love to Moist to voice every character.
Would you host a character on Pizza Pig?
I would host a character on any series you made.
What's Mitch gonna be? Surely our
How sweet.
I don't simp.
So I got your
Mitch
Barang
simps for no one. No man.
No man.
No, yeah, all women.
I didn't say that.
So Pizza Pig has his accomplice, he's Robin, which is me. And
Turtle.
I have.
You're the turtle, by the way.
man.
I'm like, yo,
Connor's the
Pizza Pig.
turtle.
I'm like
the slow cunt.
I'm like, Pizza Pig, can I bring my friend along? And that's you. And surely you just be the drunk character the whole time.
I'll be your plus one.
And you're like, yeah, you're the plus one. You're like throwing bangers around, like drunkard, Mitchell, and then you voice
drunkard. Yeah, I'd rock that.
So I'll give you a script, be like, say this line.
Maybe he could be.
Yeah, go on. Wouldn't say that.
That's it.
I could see like a in my head. I could see like a fucking like a hedgehog, like just a
for Mitchell. Sonic.
No, because you just said someone who's drunk all the time. It just in my head, the image of a hedgehog.
What, drunk all the time or a hedgehog?
Bit of both.
No, what I'm saying is when you said drunk all the time, I thought animal, and I just thought
hedgehog.
A drunk hedgehog is just funny. That's just what I thought. You know what I mean?
Funny, you're not wrong.
Could you imagine the drunk hedgehog would be drinking and then they would fall on their own spikes and be like, ah!
That's like they'd be fucking. Mitch, go get him. He'd be like, give me a minute. Hold
on. And then he would accidentally prick the good guys.
I think he'd run in circles and we'd be like, bro.
Perfect. No, you're not the running one. You're the one with the spikes.
But we can't call him Sonic or the Hedgehog. We'd be like, Mitch the Menace.
That works.
Mitch, what are you doing? You're running in circles.
I'm like Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, you're Mitch the Menace. Mitch, that's the Gagger episode. Mitch.
And
then one episode you say
just me. Mitch.
That's it.
A single episode you come to the savior and everyone still says,
does that mean I'm on here again?
Yeah, literally. Well, if the producer lets us have you in it, sure. We're the producers here, but... No, but at that point, we'd be like, we have this many followers.
We'll do an under the table deal, literally.
They want
under
to see
the
Mitch
table.
the Menace.
Yeah, they want to see Mitch the Menace. Surely you're Mitch the Menace. I wrote a character off Mitchell. It wasn't him playing it,
but it was
I wrote off
to
his characteristics, which were a very angry man.
Yep.
I wrote this character.
Huge, great looking, very
angry man.
In my TV show I still want to make, I wrote this character on Mitchell's bad side who is like this.
We all have one, don't judge. Just
no, but this very angry person who's very to the point.
Yeah. Have you seen Afterlife?
Yeah.
The first season. I'm almost like Ricky Gervais in the first season.
Why not the second season, Mitch, that came out yesterday?
Because he's not the same person.
He's trying hard not to be that cunt.
Yeah, because he realises life's great and it's rich.
It's not. Does he really think life's that great? Anyway, I based it off you. Do you feel blessed for that?
Blessed? I don't know.
But
if
I remember
feel
saying
blessed
you
when
can't play the role because it's not for you. But it kind of is for you. But it's almost not because like I feel like
hang on.
This character isn't in every episode. It's almost like
a running joke. Yeah,
I've based it on your it's a running joke.
But like, hang on, Dan, does that make sense to you? It's based on me completely.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can play it off. Can you play it off though?
So
could you play it off? You said you could act, so
you've based it on me entirely, but you don't think I could play it.
Yeah, so could you play...
Does that make any sense?
Could you play off me rolling the first time in TAFE and you being like, oh, you?
Too smart for TAFE, to be fair.
Yeah, you would say shit like... Honestly, you would improvise on set, which I love. You would say shit like that and I'd be like, shit, take two. That would be great. There you go, do you know what I mean?
You want Mitch to play himself?
No, shit, I couldn't do it, Daniel.
I wouldn't... I wouldn't
do it.
No, the character I based Mitchell off is his worst side, is your very to the front, I'm ready to kill type thing. And I think
Get a few beers down me.
yeah, and I feel like I've seen you as that, but you're a softy cutie, so I don't see you going back to that. But if you want to ever do
Teddy
it,
bear.
I see you in the role with always a vest, like a vest shirt on, like white vest, like ready to kill someone.
I could pull that off.
Either that or like a basketball vest that you play, or you
Yeah, I
wear,
could pull
like
that off.
a vest for
I
like.
look good.
But the guns have to show.
You know that.
And you come up to me, who's clearly a bit of a scrawny white kid, and be like,
say anything, bro.
"So you fucking zoomed down my street this week?"
Wait, is Mitch black? Is that why?
No,
you...
no, he's
I
never.
was born in. I won't say that. I won't say.
The whole idea is that he zoomed on his street, and he happened to pull into that TAFE in the same car. On the other night, and for 5 seasons,
suburb.
Wow.
for 5 seasons, it's very similar to the whole Scrubs penny in the door thing. For 5 seasons, it's like
He has
I
a
mean, the
grudge.
running joke.
you did this,
My life is a joke. So.
and then you're constantly throughout the whole seasons, you're gonna be on the porch, being like
On the what? Sorry.
on the porch. You can shout everything you want to me, you fucking sour cunt. You can just say everything you want, everything you hate about me at the time.
Just watch Ricky Gervais to start with.
This is gonna be years ahead of time, so you can be like. Oi, go home, you can shout anything like whatever
Sounds
my
good to
security
me.
times are, you can shout
Count
at
me
me.
in.
Huh?
Count me in.
Yeah. Anyway, I based off him because I feel like that's his partner.
Well, I wanted to know. This is a bit of a.
Yep.
I wanted to know. It's sort of similar, but when do you think? What timeline do you think? And how do you think things are gonna go back to normal? Also, is there a normal to go back
We're
to?
back onto the coronavirus again.
I don't mean to get onto the coronavirus.
Get a load of him.
Bro, are you serious?
I just want a quick question about
The
it.
coronavirus again.
We can talk about other shit, but I'm just saying,
Alright, go on.
you know, what is it going to look like when we're out of this shit, man? I asked this because I want things to be back to normal. I want normal,
We all do.
but like you
let's
say,
be honest. Hang on. So, for example,
is there a normal to go back to?
There'll be a new normal. For
Probably
example,
not.
all companies that have realised, hang on, we can pay our staff to work from home, which therefore means we can pay them less.
Which for some people, okay, pay them less is the bad part.
That'll happen, but that'll happen.
It will happen.
Because if you work from home, you'll be expected. Well, you don't have to travel to work. You don't have to dress up for work. You know what I mean? Like, you get paid
we don't have to cover your medical expenses. Yeah.
remarkably less because you're at home.
Because you're at home, we're not liable.
Well, no,
But
that's
that's
going
gonna
to
happen because
we don't really know, yeah.
But because companies have now realised we can pay people to work from home and the company still survives.
And that
I
will
reckon-
change stacks, won't it? Because it'll be like, well, they can.
I've
work
always
from
thought that
home.
they're-
Why we even pay rent? Because we have
Correct.
people in that is fucked, isn't it?
There's going to be.
It's going to change everything.
For sure.
Everything.
I think there's going to be a certain amount of companies who it was hard probably.
bartender from home,
It was
sorry.
it was probably hard to move everyone.
You can me, mate. Whilst I'm DJing.
No, I think there are going to be a certain amount of companies.
Trio.
Well, try
where-
and listen to Daniel, mate.
Sorry. Oh yeah, because you're really into that, aren't you?
There are a certain amount of companies where it may have been really hard to get them
Okay,
to work from home and get everyone to work from home, but precisely because it was so hard to get everyone to work from home, now that they have everyone working from home, they're going to say, you know what, it's just too hard to get them back to
sure.
work.
No,
Let's
man,
just
for
keep
sure.
them all at home. Let's just keep paying them all from home.
But
Because
even like, for example, FIFO jobs, the way they shifted, they just mean the average
Yeah,
shift's
yeah,
normally
exactly.
like 2 and 1s. That's even that's, you know, it's doable, but it's pretty rough.
it is right.
But I mean, they've changed them to 4 and 2s because you're gonna have 2 weeks quarantine. So they're like, if you do that, you got to work for 4 weeks. Man, I can tell you, I haven't done massive stints up there, but 3 weeks on itself, that's long in the tooth. So 4 weeks is...
Yeah.
So imagine adding up. We were just saying, like, even if we go on a holiday, imagine telling your boss, like, we're going on holiday for 2 weeks.
I do. By the way, I do hate to bring it up, but it is literally a once in a lifetime.
No.
We'll have you on the podcast multiple other times, but we'll only have you on.
You're a number one fan.
I'm just saying, we're only going to have you on once when there's a literal historical event happening.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
For example, you look at the mines, right? So you work what? Normally in Perth, you work 40-hour weeks.
That's a full-time job.
So
full-time job,
when you're working FIFO full-time, you're working 84-hour weeks.
Jesus, double basically.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So if suddenly you have to do that 4 weeks in a row,
yeah, but Mitch,
you're working like over 320 hours.
It's wild. 36 hours.
It is wild. That's what most people work in about 3 months.
Fuck. You know, you gotta be real about Mitch. Just gotta enjoy it.
Hey.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Hey.
So you never really enjoy podcasts, but my point is,
hey,
I'm going to change it to.
Okay, we'll go on.
Sorry, I wanted to get back to
podcast.
No, sorry, go back to podcast.
I feel like I'm playing tennis.
So you've been this. Can I just say, Mitch is the sweetest person ever. He fucking hates me vlogging on trips, don't you? You hate it. Oh,
awful.
It pulls his head in.
Have you ever had a thing for recording like home videos and that kind of thing?
Well, I'm getting there.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
Only ever when we go with him and he's got to record himself basically pissing his fucking in depth.
Pull your hand down. I'm getting there. So,
sorry. I didn't mean
I've recorded on multiple trips and you've made it very vocal that it does annoy you.
Oh, fucking oath, man. We spent like an hour and a half at the beach in the Gold Coast just so you can use your fucking drone.
But don't you think that's... I remember specifically one time we were sat down at the in the Monkey Mile watching the sunset, and I was like, you know what, Mitch, this would be a beautiful drone shot. And you were like, what are you trying to look for?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's rewind.
Look at that agreement. How sweet.
I was like, this would be such a good drone shot, and I went to get up, and you literally stopped me. And you're like, Conor, just enjoy it. But can I just say,
but you never enjoy things the same through film.
No, but Mitch is the. But you know what I love about you so much is that it does annoy you so much, but you're the sweetest person.
Is like, tell me, please.
You never say it, do you?
I don't say don't do it. No,
of course not. And then that's so sweet because I'm trying to say every single time it annoys him,
I'll just bottle it up.
It fucks him off. But every single time I try to record something, he never ever.
To be fair, we did spend an hour and a half at the Gold Coast, and I didn't whinge.
He never says anything. He's the sweetest guy. And I fucked you off.
Fucking annoyed me though. Jesus Christ.
Even me in the hotel room, like, oh Mitch, we're gonna film this. You're like, oh, for
It's in a fucking hotel room. Why would you record that?
I start flying a drone when he's on the phone to Austin. Remember that?
Fuck's sake.
Remember that?
Yes, I remember. How could I not?
He's like, how can I forget that? He's the best. Honestly, he's honestly the best. Does that life not interest you?
I don't know. I mean,
well, here's a question, Mitch. What if you became, and this is okay.
Here we go.
This is best case scenario. This is like, this is if Connor's at his bed every night praying to the fucking Lord Jeebus and he's just saying, please, please, please. Best case scenario. Connor gets
believe in Christianity.
Huge views.
That's debatable.
Massive vlogger. 100%. Everyone follows him. And you become like a David Dobrik style, like secondary character.
Isn't that Dobrik?
No, I'm saying if you were the Dobrik.
I think that's a compliment.
Joe Dobrik?
No, but I think that's a compliment.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it doesn't matter what he knows. I'm saying, if you understand.
Nice that.
Well, whoever.
Say nice that.
Yeah, okay, nice. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay.
I'm nice that.
My point is, Mitch, what I'm saying is, if Conor or someone you know became famous enough on YouTube, on these kind of social media platforms, and you were kind of like a secondary character in their persona.
Which you will be.
Which you would be. If it was Conor, if it was anyone you know, what would you ever think of like leaving your job for that kind of thing? How would you view that? Is that if you were getting paid for it, especially, would that change it? Would you look at? I mean, I think you'd be okay with it, but would you look at it as fun, business? What's the deal?
No, it'd obviously be fun. Massively.
People recognise you though.
Best mates, but I don't know.
Yeah, what if people start to recognise you? Do you need to start to go into a business of?
It would though. People recognise you in your professional job.
No, you would, but I mean, I think it would depend on as to regards whether would you leave your job or not.
Yes.
It would depend on what you're earning, where you currently are, versus what you would No, it's obviously not about money.
It's the trade-off. Yeah, the trade-off.
Realistically, I mean, I've not studied for 4 years to earn chips, have I? So
of course.
It'd depend where you are in your career, where your job growth has got to go, where you're at the moment. That's what you would. I mean, it's not all about money, obviously, but I mean,
it also depends what you want to do.
around,
Because I mean, obviously, people, in this scenario that I'm saying, they would be watching the videos for someone like Conor or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're there as a secondary character, but you couldn't necessarily say, "Oh, I've been in this person's videos. I'm gonna go have a career as like a whatever personality." So it's a bit of a. What I'm saying is.
Well, he's showing my videos when I'm a multi-list.
That's what I'm saying. It could happen to you. It might happen. I hope it happens to you.
Would you sharpen them?
I'd be honoured to be in them.
Bless him.
Sweet, very sweet.
Well, a better way to frame the question is: this is a mainstream podcast that gets hundreds of thousands of views. Would you show on it?
Would you have me in it?
That's the thing. I would have you on it.
Happily.
But the question to you is: would you show on it? That's a better way to put it. It's like, would you show it?
My answer
Once
would be if
you're-
you have me,
yeah.
I'd be there.
Are you not worried about your future?
Well, if you look, I feel.
I don't think it fucks it up.
That's what I mean.
I
If
think.
you're
I
already
think
set
what
up,
we say
as long as
reflects
you're
on
not an idiot
us.
about it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is our show. This is what we do. So
I follow your lead.
most of the exactly. Most of the topics
You'd be like, I was
we
interviewed.
bring them
They
up.
asked me the most awful questions.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
was tortured to give my answers.
I was dodging
They
answers.
strapped me down.
They begged me to come on. Yeah,
They
yeah,
forced me
yeah.
to talk about Dan's shower virginity shit.
I don't want
And
to.
Mitch
about
should
that.
be
Yeah.
Mitch should be fucking. Mitch should be like, no.
hits and he's
Well, my question is: would you ever run a podcast?
Mate,
Yeah,
I think I know the answer.
no.
I love that about him so much. He would just always say no. You'd never say yes, would you?
Probably not.
You just don't like it, do you?
I don't dislike what you guys do,
you
but I'm
would
just
never
saying
do
I
it.
would
You
never
don't-
do it.
You don't
No, I
like
wouldn't.
it to
No.
the heart, do you?
I wouldn't like it enough to do it myself. No.
I love that so much about him. He's like, you wouldn't. If you had the chance to put your own show, would you do it?
Nope.
Exactly. That's what I love about him. He wouldn't do it.
The best thing
And
is
I
that
love that.
I do think a lot of people want different things. You know what I mean?
Would you
And
watch
like,
it though?
My own show.
No. You're like, no. Well, we've got this spinner here. And this is for Dan.
Girls drink. That's you.
Oh, do it
then.
to the camera.
Alright, so
Tough. Yeah, do it to the camera. That's
wanna-
where you put your balls.
So it's gonna go Dan, me, and
wrong,
Mitchell.
to be
So whatever hits Dan, hits Dan. Alright, you ready?
Sorry, camera.
Alright, what hits Dan?
Decent
is-
spinner.
He's got.
Girls drink.
Oh god, he's
Girls
He's
drink.
got dare.
No, no.
What do you dare, mate? What do you dare?
What's my dare?
I dare you to scull an unopened beer. Obviously open it, but then no, that's open.
It's opened.
An unopened beer, but obviously open it to scull it.
Come on, you
Do
got
I have another option?
No, not in the slightest. Absolutely no. Don't give it away.
So I just have to skull.
you just
and
have to skull it.
He won't
Yeah.
score open beer. He won't be able to do it.
Hey, he will. I'll back him in.
I'm like fucking. I'm like a
Dan,
This
cowboy.
is basically Superman.
This is
I'm
the
like a
most
cowboy
scary
right now.
podcast of the film.
Doodaloo. Doo, doo, doo.
Alright, you got double or not?
Go on, gimme. Go on, Mitch.
You got double or nothing.
Fuck you. Give me a beer.
Give you a
Okay.
beer. Fuck.
Alright, fair enough.
I'll even give you a Carlton Dry.
No, give me one of
I
mine.
down that in one.
I would have given you
Actually, no, give me a Carlton Dry. No, give me a Carlton Dry. Actually, go on.
It's good beer, bro.
I'll down a carton in
I'll
one.
take a
I'm
Carlton.
not offering you one.
If I get
Excuse
dead,
me.
you better ask me that.
Cunt,
could
you
ask
weren't
the
dead.
same question, cunt.
Alright, you gotta dare to do it. Okay.
I asked him, not you.
I'm just saying, if you did,
I don't want to
You
do a
fucking
fucking
simp.
shoe nice.
you are shoe nice.
Nah, because he would have gone and yacked it up after, and you're not going to do that.
I
No,
don't
I
say that,
won't.
shoe. You're on a podcast now. Show some respect. I'm joking. Okay.
I stand by
I
my
just want to
statement.
throw it on the show.
Right.
Okay.
Either.
Hey!
Connor tries to whisper.
That's definitely quite.
Connor's like, I masturbate a lot.
Oh fuck you.
He's not
Alright, you ready,
lying.
Dan? You got down it in one. And
I don't want it down
No,
in
no,
20
hang on.
seconds.
You got to do the whole. We
I like to drink with
Nah, that's a
Daniel
shit
because
one.
Daniel was our mate.
And when we drink with
Daniel,
that's,
he
that's a
gets.
shit one, gun.
What's the better one then?
Daniel's a piss head, he's true blue.
There we go,
He's
okay.
a piss head through and through. Gonna get a head job, gonna get a root. Skull.
Come on, Dan, Dan in one, Dan in one. Come
Oh,
on,
he's
you can
doing
do
it. Skull.
Oh, he's doing it.
Come
Keep
on,
going,
son.
Don't give up. I
Don't
know
give
it
up.
burns, I
You've
know
got
it
this. It
burns.
burns, but
I know
suck
it burns.
it in.
Go on, Dan.
Suck
No,
in the
come on,
big
Dan.
ones.
Come on.
Fucking suck
Come on,
it in,
Dan, you
mate.
can do it. Come on. Yeah, you're nearly there.
Oh,
You're
he's an
literally
animal.
So close.
He's an animal,
No, you're
ladies
so
and
close.
gents.
You're so
Nah, you're
close.
close.
You're
Keep
so
going.
close.
Few
You're
mouthfuls,
so
bro.
close,
Few
Dan.
mouthfuls.
You're nearly there. Oh my god, I can see it. You're nearly finished. A few more gobs. That's it.
Just
a few
keep
more.
your eyes closed.
A few more. You can do it. Come on, you're nearly there. Don't give up. Don't give up. You're literally there.
Part I've ever seen.
Literally, you're nearly there. It's just a few more gobs. A few more.
Going.
One more. Come on. One more. Come on. One more, Dan. You can do it. Come on. One more. Go on, do it. Come on, Dan. One more.
If that.
Dude, one more.
2 shots.
Are you serious? One more.
Just suck it in, mate.
Come on, one
Fuck,
more
you've
goal,
gone for
one
about
more
a minute and
goal.
a half.
One more goal. Yes, he's got it. Come on, one more. Yeah.
Hey, it took you a while, but I'll allow
Yeah,
it.
I can't count that.
I'll count it. It took him 4 years. I had 3.
What happened? Okay. That happened.
What do you think happened, boys?
That happened.
That happened apparently.
All right, it's time for Mitchell's Spin the Wheel.
Is it drink like a girl? I'm pretty good at that.
What? Guys, drink.
Oh, well, you guys drink. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm the only one that deserves to drink
Alright,
here.
Dad, drink. We can keep spinning it. I'll have Dad's got the worst. Alright, do you want to spin mine?
Hold it.
Spin mine. Alright. Dad's killing it.
He has got.
I feel like shoe right now.
Switch.
With Dan. So Dan gets. Go on, spin Dan.
3 drinks. No, fuck you.
Dan gets spin it.
No,
Dan gets.
I refuse.
Surely dead.
Dan gets.
Skip a turn.
So I dare you.
Can you just share? Can you just dare me to? Can you just dare me to show my bare asshole on
Alright,
camera?
I dare you to show
The
your
old
ass.
you would have.
I would more rather
Alright,
show
I
my.
dare you to show your ass to the camera.
To the well, I have to censor it then.
I do then.
Oh,
You
fuck
The old you would
you.
have. We all want to see it.
All right, I
Bro,
will.
we're not giving up. How are we recording for? Literally nothing.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half,
Bro,
bro.
we've literally been an
That's
hour.
nothing.
An hour, literally, literally an hour.
Am I not going to make 2 hours here, bro? At least.
Look, you can be our longest podcast ever.
I hope so. I'm excited. I hope it's.
Show your ass.
I hope some of this is at least decent to fucking show, not like. I'm just keen to see them.
Show me.
Nice. Kind of my new saying. Nice. Oh, God. That's fucked. That's fucked. No. 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 That's fucked, God. I can't turn. My chair doesn't do it.
That better have proved you fuckers wrong.
That's fucked, bro. Off your smell, God.
They wanted me
Inhale
to
cigar smoke,
fucking
man.
give up, and I said nay. I said I will continue.
You know in Indiana Jones when he hops in the fridge because of a fucking nuke? That's what I wanted to do out there.
You love it. You love it, boys. You love it.
I don't know if I love it's the right word. You need funny dudes. I love it.
Let me just put it this way: you're just lucky you're on with someone who knows how to do a show. Okay.
Alright, we're taking an intermission now. Yeah, and we're going to come back after this.
Why do you want to come
we?
back?
Yeah, so we
he wants
can
a hit.
chill out a bit.
You want to hit?
We can chill out a bit.
You want to hit?
Yeah, alright, whatever.
I want to hit as well, to be fair.
Alright, we're going to chill.
Intermission, he says, but also possibly that was 100% my chair. That was my chair.
Fuck off. Fuck off, it was your chair.
They've both fallen over. So I'm going to end this either episode or half of the episode. We don't know. We will see. We will see if we decide to continue. But thanks for watching up to this point. We will see you next time or maybe in 10 seconds. Goodbye.
10 seconds later.
Bro, you fucking farted on the fucking thing.
Sit down. Fuck are you?
I'm sorry, Dan. I did not mean that in a bad way.
This may look like simple rubber glove plastic bottle.
Alright, Mitch, you're going to be doing this. This is what Mitch really wanted. The wheel spins round and round.
But
and what
when you give
get?
squeeze,
Well, you
get middle finger.
You get guys drink.
Fuck you.
Guys drink. You get guys drink. So you drink, I drink, Mitch drinks.
Fuck you.
Yes, you do. You drink as well.
This may look like simple rubber glove. So sorry, Dad.
Who wants
so sorry. I can't. Fucking dumb cunt. Dad, it's all his fault.
It gets old.
I blame him just because you're not cooked.
All right, Dan, it's your turn now because you won't go. Alright, Dan, it's my turn now, sorry.
Yeah, better be. It fucking better be, cunt.
This may look like simple.
What is it?
I got, hopefully something predictable. I've got
Dear.
got Switch. Hilarious.
Surely you set that up as one of your.
I switched to myself.
This may look like.
Switch to yourself and take another go, you fucker.
I got guys drink. It's to all of you. And I sent it back down to you, Dan.
I thought it was gonna be. Holy shit! I'm gonna come.
Sorry, you're so fucked. Why would you say that? Go on, spin it. What have you got? You already spun it.
Okay, I'm gonna spin it and see who gets what, and it's apparently a drinking thing.
Okay.
It's spinning right now. I've spun the drinking spinner.
Okay.
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
What did you get? Alright, so that's to me, because I just gave
Truth. You've got to
Alright,
give the
so
truth.
go on, truth me. If I don't want to tell it, I'll drink. Go on. What's
Why are
your
you
truth?
still talking to Hannah?
Wow. We can't go there, surely.
Well, you said ask me.
Well,
No, I
then
said ask
then
Dan.
just drink.
And just drink.
No,
He's right. No,
answer
just
it.
drink.
You want me
then.
to?
Just drink.
You
then,
know,
cunt.
what's Dan's question? Go on.
Same question, sure.
Just say something similar.
Why are you still talking to Hannah?
Nice.
Yeah, look, I can describe it, but that's so boring and I can't say it.
Yeah, so just have a drink. Keep the show
Alright,
going,
fuck
bro.
I agree. Just have
Oh,
a drink. Just doing the
hilarious.
bubble thing,
Great,
cunt.
great. She's going to love this.
As if she watches it still.
She doesn't. Her friend does, who I love and respect. Who
Well,
loves
if
the
she
show.
watches
right?
Hopefully she watches
Friend
it
of
and
the show.
tells her to watch
Friend of
it.
the show. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
If she watches over an hour of us.
We haven't been recording for fucking 5 minutes. Probably been recording for 5 minutes.
This is part 2, you
Hey?
fuckhead.
Right, it feels like an hour.
Dude,
I know, but I'm
You already
saying.
told me. So, no, but
I'm
for the
trying to
viewers,
say-
it's going to be an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm
You know
trying to
what I mean?
say, was it an hour before? That doesn't sound right. I'm just trying to say, like, that doesn't sound right, even if it's been 5 hours. 5 hours, 5 minutes.
disgusting.
Alright,
Desi pig.
so Mitchell, we grew up together, and
Hey, did we?
what's the most the thing between you and me? We've done a lot of stuff together. What is the most radical thing we've ever done together? Honestly, you got to go back a bit because we have done a lot of stuff together.
We've done some dumb shit.
Oh, 100%.
Real, I don't know, together or the same place, but we both do separate dumb shit.
Well, give me a bit of both, you know.
Our first,
Whatever's the best response, you know?
our first ever time properly drinking at some house party of someone we won't name.
Beckett's.
Yep.
We mentioned Heath, we mentioned it in the last episode.
Hey. Anyway, so
100%
when
did,
you
so-
fucking dropped, you and your sister were like, "We'll pick you up." Well, you were there, and you were like, "We'll pick her up," and we're like, "No worries." She picked us up, and you were like, "You and Aiden go first." And I was like, "All right."
You yacked my fucking...
No, that's not the part we get into. The party is where she
Really?
dropped us at the front of your house. We couldn't get in, so we were playing chicken in the traffic on.
Alright, block that name again. Look, do you
Okay.
see how dads to block your fucking...
What do you want me to say?
What about you and me going to the Gold Coast and getting fucked up?
I'm getting there. So that was the time where it
Okay,
was you
I
and
hope
me, you
so.
and me. So fucking the Gold Coast. Oof. I've never
It's
met.
a big skip from the Gold Coast
I
to that.
have never met a bigger snake in my life.
Me? Are you mad?
No, I'm being dead serious. No, but I remember the Gold Coast, mate.
Are you fucking
I mean, you
serious?
couldn't keep up on me with drinks, but you can't
Yeah,
deny that.
I won't deny that. What's this
Thank
snake
you,
bullshit,
thank you,
though?
thank you.
I didn't do anything.
Fucking mate, we both know you. There was some bird. She was came, and mate was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm well aware."
Where's the proof?
The proof was in the pudding where it turned to that point where we were about to go, and you just slid in there, and you're like, "Oi."
By the way, can I just say, none of this was ever planned into Mitchell's defeat. I was like, I did not know.
That doesn't make it any less bad.
We went to the same club that you did. In
Literally doesn't
Sin
make
City.
it any less bad.
That's why they call it Sin City.
Yeah, because you absolutely sinned. You dogged the boys.
What?
He's got no denial. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first.
What?
here.
So what did I do exactly? Go on.
Well, I'm saying. Obviously, she was keen on me, and then you were like, "Oi, I think she likes me because you just danced in between us." He's fucked up.
Bro, that's like.
And then
bro, it's so creepy. I looked over there. I'm like, what the fuck?
she disappeared.
Did she?
Yeah, she literally left.
Whoa. Well, like in a cloud of smoke or like.
She like threw a magic ball down and went.
Do you reckon?
No, Callum.
Well, we went there a year later.
There was a cloud of smoke in the exact silhouette of her body.
Yeah, because
Remember when we went there and we went there, remember? We went there, didn't we? We went to Sin City. It was a very quiet night, and we went there. And in reminded of you, Mitch, so if anything, I'm depressed about it. Like,
is that
should be.
Is that what they call it?
Since who?
That's what I said because he dogged the boys.
Dan Mitchell. Mitch, ready? No, it's not the right one. Holy shit! It's on that one.
He's trying to do
Wow.
it, boys.
No, it's too far. Go back. Then one more there. No, go down. Down to the bottom. We're trying. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, there we go.
Time. So
He got
took
it.
a while, but we
So-
got it in the end.
You know, called us out as being. We just accused ourselves. But
Snake.
we're ready to say, yeah, we went back there, didn't we, Dan? And was I a snake?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, you can't really be a snake,
I'm
Timmy.
not
He's in a
familiar with
healthy
this line of
relationship.
questioning, so I can't.
Well, there was nowhere near as many people as there were there.
That's because I brought the birds.
Well, we went home that night, didn't we, Dan, with two people? Well, I kept calling Austin for some reason. I don't remember why.
I'd clarify that if I was you.
Why
Okay.
did I keep calling me Austin?
So one thing I would like to ask you two about
Yes.
is we obviously know someone who has mutually, we know them.
Who?
They've just had a
Austin,
baby
surely. Oh,
today.
come on.
Who?
Austin had a baby.
Oh, no.
Who?
How dare you? She's not a who.
Oh.
She's a nice lady.
What's her name?
Horton here's the who.
No. I don't even want to ask you about that. What I want to tell you about is a story from one of my co-workers
I love this child already.
who is going to
Very
propose to his girlfriend. They're still
It's so
girlfriend and
tough.
boyfriend.
I mean, it's so much
They
trouble
wanted
for
to
this.
Are
propose.
you telling me?
Yeah, we're getting so much trouble for this.
I'm not answering this line of questioning.
It's not a line. No. It's not a line of
Austin,
questioning.
we're like, I've been watching your
I
weekly
love you,
podcast.
and I love your child.
Did you hear the kiss?
Frankly,
I'd
it was
say
not
sensational.
a line of questioning. It was just let's get to the next topic. So
Nice.
my
That
question
was a good
is,
spin on it.
I had a friend
Yeah.
who,
Nah,
well,
you had
a
a
coworker,
friend?
a coworker.
Oh, makes
They
more
wanted
sense.
to propose to their girlfriend. Basically, he literally booked a trip to Japan.
Okay.
He didn't tell her. He didn't tell her that.
Is
he
she
booked it.
Japanese?
No, she's just a.
Okay. Does she
Well,
like
I mean, I
Japan?
don't know. Maybe she is. I don't
Are
know.
you being racist because of where you work?
Am I being racist? What, Austin from Japan? Are they from Japan or
Ricky
not?
Gervais says that's racist.
Yeah, you gotta do it properly. Go. That's racist. Whatever. Go on.
Same.
I think it's all.
Okay.
I think whatever. But no, she basically ended up. You've lost my train of thought. What have you done?
Fucking photo. Yeah, she's going to Japan in a fucking bowl. Gone. Going to Japan. She can't anymore because all the fucking things are blocked.
The water blocked.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll just ask.
You've lost my train of thought, Connor. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Go on, say it.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't say it. I can't say shit.
Dribble from
Why?
shit.
You forgot what you're talking about, haven't you?
I have, okay?
So have I. What the fuck were you saying? Do you remember?
That was dribble on his shit.
I genuinely did not remember what you were saying.
You guys
On my life, now I can't.
right now.
I
I'm getting
purposely- I purposely interrupted it. And
So-
now I can't remember why.
So mad.
shoulders
I'm getting
everywhere.
so mad.
Oh, this is over. We're not fucking
No.
posting this.
Yes, we are.
No, we're
We can
not.
do this.
Pull your head in.
I'm so
We-
hungry.
I'm fine. Danny, you fine?
No.
Bro, we're not posting this. He just called me out, and I remember purposely going, fuck him, going in to accuse him, and now I'm like, what the fuck was... What were you talking about? I do not remember. Do you remember what you were saying before? You were saying something pretty important, weren't you?
No.
Connor, don't look at me because I don't remember.
Bro, it was literally...
Is
It was
this on?
literally... Bro, it was
Is
a
this
pretty
shit
big
recording?
deal. In my head, it was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, but to be fair, in your head, everything's a big deal. Can't
It involved swords? Is that just me?
It's just
Swords.
Daniel, let's just continue this. I'm
Sword
listening.
fights, perhaps.
Dude, you were calling me and Mitch out for something.
No,
I
I was
remember.
calling you out. I don't really know what you're
No,
saying.
it was you
about
and me. It was. Remember the song you
Not about
remember
sword
song?
fights. No.
Choking.
What's that?
Bullshit, you're joking.
The hamburger. Remember Dan was accusing me? Sure, they can go back.
I'm the hamburger.
Dan, horses can go back and see what we're talking about.
No, stop. We need to make a show.
Nah,
we are
sure.
here.
No,
we
stop
can't
making the
pause. Connor, if we pause and look back, we are
right,
frauds. How do we present ourselves
Is that Conor
as
the carpenter?
authentic? How do we present ourselves as authentic, real?
Yeah, all right,
real
fine. Let's keep
podcasters?
recording. You ready to record?
Otherwise, we come off.
Well, I have a question for Mitchell.
All right, go.
Okay, so you claim you like YouTubers and podcasts, Mitchell.
I've never said that.
He's literally said the opposite this entire podcast.
But you seem to like movies and TV shows. Why don't you watch Better Call Saul, but you watch Suits? A terrible show, just quietly.
Because.
Oh, Dan's camera. Because. Gone.
Because. As A, the number of series would suggest. Or B, the number of awards would suggest.
Doesn't matter either.
Suits is way fucking better. Can't pull your head if you think otherwise.
Remember my mum was in the room and she's like, how dare you say about Better Call Saul? Bob Odenkirk's acting, she didn't say his name.
Do you remember when she's influenced by you because she knows you'll suck if you don't say yes?
Bleh. What's better then? God, what, Megan, what's the name?
Suits, shits all over it.
Megan, what's her name? You mean Meghan Markle?
Yeah.
That would be the one.
Literally the fucking princess.
My God.
She loves me anyway. What are the rest of the names in Suits?
Don't need to know the names of the actors for a
Harry Pennyworth.
Oh, you mean Batman's?
Simon Frumble Butler.
It's like
Yes,
Seinfeld Jerry.
Gene.
You know Jerry Seinfeld? So you know the hit Seinfeld show written by Larry
Bro,
David.
okay, who doesn't know Seinfeld?
So you like Larry David then?
Sorry, I forgot. I like TV shows, so I'm the only one.
Do you remember that episode we watched?
Seinfeld.
Mitchell completely, for some reason, blocked this out of his head. But do you remember the episode we watched where the secretary was keeping count how many times Larry went to the toilet?
No.
We literally watched it together. That's what blows my mind.
You know,
Bullshit.
oftentimes podcasts reveal so many things about friends that you might have thought,
This guy's
Wait,
a
what's
shit
worse
guy.
about it? Is anything worse?
You mean there's worse to
I have
this?
realized how terrible. No. What I'm saying is, has
You
this
said
podcast
terrible. You said
led
terrible.
either
Talking
of
about
you
himself.
Yeah.
to realize or think about something about one another that was,
No.
you know, you
What are
previously
you trying to
thought,
start? What are you trying to... No, of course not.
what beef do you have with Mitchell? No, I'm joking.
Nah. Apart from the occasional things that everyone goes through in a friendship, nothing.
No, I didn't mean beef. No,
He's the
I
bestest friend.
legitimately, no, I
Same
didn't
as
mean
you.
beef. I legitimately
Beef?
meant.
He did literally say
He
the
said
word
Neve.
beef.
He said Neve.
He did not say Neve.
Okay.
He said
fine.
beef. You were the one that piped up about Neve.
I-
cunt.
Jesus Christ.
was joking about the beef thing. What I legitimately meant was like, you know, what's up? You know?
On this show tonight? No, nothing. I love him. And I've had the occasional spur, but we all have. You're not the twat I don't want to hang out with. I love him. He's my homie. He's
is
like the
correct.
second.
Everyone loves
Sorry,
me.
more confident on the show. He's the worst, actually. Sorry.
Nice
Hey,
change
you
of
can be
tune
you can
there.
praise him
No, I want to praise him like I should.
So say
in a ditch.
That's a fucking Easter egg.
I love it.
I wanna praise him like I should.
Well done. That's a Splash Fest song, so well done, everyone.
Wow.
No, I just feel like you're a really solid man, and I feel like it's so late, by the way. Holy shit! And I love that we keep recording. It's literally, it's
Is
4
it
minutes
late
till-
or is it early?
yeah, and I feel
call
like
early.
I feel like why have I got to gas this guy up? He's on the show. What's the big deal? Like,
Why
I love
are you
him.
gassing me up?
I love you, and you're the best. You're the goat.
I am Nathan Lyon.
Well, Nathan Fielder,
Hey?
and this is Nathan for you. This may look like a regular pack of gum, but Paul Nick Mitchell, what happens? That is fucked.
You get middle finger, that say.
No, not middle
Fuck
finger.
you.
Anyway, Dan, jump back into the show. Let's go.
I'm
think-
in. I'm
I think
here. I'm
Dan wants to
right
go to
here.
bed.
I have all the questions that
100%.
anyone.
Do you want to go to bed?
What?
No, he lost. He just whispered that to me.
Ha ha ha. You definitely want to go to bed, cunt.
Frankly, I would happily go to bed.
Yeah, figured.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, what am I gonna go to bed sadly? What do you mean? Like,
You will.
No one ever goes to bed happy, cunt, unless you're with a bird.
Yeah,
Well, you
I
are
am with a
definitely
bird.
wet.
That's
Wow.
why I'd go to bed happily. I'd
that's
fuck
Wow,
with it.
that's
It's
hard for us to realise, actually.
Got us good there.
This is never going to air, is it?
I actually have a
No, the
female.
first half will.
This won't air, do you reckon?
This half will
I
air.
hope this half airs.
You want to go to bed?
Yeah,
Right.
this will still be an hour and fucking 30-minute
You're not going to bed
show.
after we stop
No,
recording,
this is about
surely.
20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We already filmed for fucking an hour and
No, you just gotta
5.
get that one. You gotta go.
Pathetic.
17.
Hey, you're going to stay after that, aren't you?
I feel like I'm at bingo and
Pathetic.
it's like you roll the ball out.
Yeah, and they're like, Conor, you've already run. I'm passed out. Like, what?
18.
Okay, by the way, I didn't say
Literally, my eyes are like...
shit. I didn't say shit. You guys said to me, hey, Dan,
look
you
at
want to
me.
go to
Dan,
sleep?
Look at me in the eye. Dan, look at me in the eye.
I can't see his eyes focusing, to be fair.
Look at me in the eye.
Can't see your eyes.
Is that pretty fucked up, isn't it?
They are both drunk.
Oh my god, this is recording. This is fun.
I'm very hungry.
We are so fucking chopped off.
You might be.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not off your chops?
No.
Look at your fucking eyes, cunt. You are literally 2 seconds away from being Mr. Hendricks.
What,
And I don't say that lightly.
He smoked dope all the time.
Did he? Are you implying he did? That's his fault.
I asked if he did.
What did he say?
I said, are you implying?
Mr. Hendricks smoked dope every day, and we had
And you went, did he?
I'm asking a question. Did he do it? I do not know.
Daniel's still recording.
Sorry, let me take. Wasn't
Dan,
there
I
someone
have
else
2
on the
beers
show?
left. Yeah, it's me.
No, it's not. Fucking hell.
Hey?
Okay, we're not posting this, surely.
Yeah, below.
I will humbly
Edited.
ask for us to.
You're going to bed, aren't you? You want to go? Do you want to go to bed, Dan? Just answer us honestly.
dick of the approval
I want this show to be what it needs to be for the audience.
I want to.
Sound like me.
Yeah. Fuck.
You know what, folks? I'm just going to go there and say, we love you. Thank
And
you
you
so
love
much
me.
for watching.
No, he's
We really-
He's closing it off.
What
this
do you
is
guys
some
wanna do? What do you guys wanna
bullshit.
so much. What happened? Do you not remember?
Why are you asking? What do you mean you don't remember?
We really appreciate
Drugs?
you tuning in.
Good
We
night,
love
yeah.
it. We love having you. Thank you so much. You've been just the
Hello.
best audience.
He did it. He rounded
Carry
up.
on. Really, keep coming and stay safe and social
not
distance.
work.
Do all the shit that's best for the way that your
kidding me?
country
Come.
lives. Because you want to stay safe, you want to stay happy, you want to stay healthy.
Surely go.
Thank you so much for watching and listening. We appreciate your presence when we put on a show for you. Thank you very much. We will see you
Beer.
next time. All the love.
Tasty.
Goodbye.
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
Uh-oh.
Holy shit. Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
tasty
Holy
beer.
shit, I'm gonna. Holy shit, I'm gonna come. Holy shit.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's
We
a
love you.
rewind.
Goodbye.